A season-long journey follows a path to greatness. A destination. A dream. A quest for excellence. It's your time. A time to compete for a place in Nebraska sports history. Great moments are earned here. Play like a champion. Welcome to the NSAA State Football Championships on NET.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2012 NSAA High School Football Championships. And this morning we kick off 2 days of state championship action in Class D2. It's the Giltner Hornets and the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers, both undefeated, both looking for a state title. And good morning, everybody. Along with Adrian Fiala, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us as we kick off 2 straight days of state high school football action right here at Memorial Stadium. We begin this morning with one of the most high-flying offenses you will ever see, the Giltner Hornets. We've seen this act before down here at Memorial Stadium, but this, Adrian, may be their best.
Incredible events have happened for this team this year. They're 12-0 on the year. They're number 1 in D2. They're looking for their first state championship since 1984. And they're led by Jacob Finley, senior quarterback, who's passed for over 3,500 yards, Larry. 321 attempts, and catch this, no interceptions. I cannot believe that, but it's absolutely the truth. So a high-flying scoring explosion for the Giltner Hornets. Their defense giving up just 18 points a game. They're playing tough. It's going to be a tough ball game for Humphrey St. Francis to come through. They breezed through the playoffs. They're hoping to do that again here today and collect that state championship.
Giltner by air, the Flyers by land. And for that, let's head over to Blake Lawrence, former Husker as well. Well, the Flyers, a terrific sophomore who's been carrying the load for him all year.
Yeah, that would be J.J. Altmer. Yep. And right now, Coach Kessler has to be very proud, and offensive line coach Dave Strickland. They've got an offensive powerhouse right there with J.J. He's a sophomore. He's 5'9", 185 pounds. Not a big guy, but strong enough to lead the way with 8.5 carries, yards per carry. He's 1,500 yards on the year, 27 touchdowns. And he also brings a lot to the defensive side. J.J. Altmer, as a sophomore, has 103 tackles on the year with an interception and a sack. So look for number 4 to be rumbling and bumbling around the field today. Right. And St. Francis, they got a lot to be proud of this year.
State football championship time in Nebraska. That means it's November. It means it's cold on the field. And for that, we go down to John Bishop. Although, John, I think you caught a break this year.
I did catch a break. It's actually one of the best weather days we've had here, at least since we've gone to the Monday-Tuesday format. There is just a little bit of a breeze down here, but I don't think it's going to be enough to affect the Giltner passing game. And speaking of that passing game, it's this contrast of styles that's really going to be fun to watch. As Adrian mentioned, Jake Finley has 62 touchdown passes this year, but his counterpart, Nate Clausen for Humphrey St. Francis, only has 27 attempts this year. So it's going to be one by air, the other by land. Should be a lot of fun today.
All right, thanks very much, John. That Giltner Hornet offense certainly will be fun to watch. They average on the year 477 total yards and 64 points per game. It is absolutely an amazing offense. And you think about how do the Flyers begin to slow something down like that? I think they try to keep everything in front of them and hope for mistakes.
Yeah, and a little luck.
Right, that's
right. You're talking about 330 of that 477, Larry, coming via the airwaves, and it's really unusual in 8-man football to see that happen. Usually it's running on both sides, and there you go. But this team and their defense giving up just 102 yards rushing, 96 yards passing, and as I mentioned in the open, 18 points a game. So compare that, folks. 64 yards Giltner is scoring, and they're giving up just 18. Absolutely incredible numbers.
Yeah, it hasn't been very many close games for either of these teams. The closest margin of victory this year has been 25 points. And these guys know how to blow out teams, and so when they meet head-to-head today, it's going to be very interesting because you talk about Giltner's, their offense. They're doing a great job at throwing the ball down the field, but, look at St. Francis all year. Opponents are averaging only 62 yards through the air against this St. Francis defense. So Coach Kessler, I'm sure he's got some things lined up today. This defense is ready to stop the pass. They've done well all year, but, yeah, Giltner's got a lot of threats through the air.
Amen.
We'll certainly chronicle that throughout the morning, but we'll tell you they have set 15 state records through the air this year, has Giltner. Quarterback, as you said, Adrian, 62 touchdowns without an interception. The receiver with 24 receiving touchdowns. They've had 8 touchdowns in a playoff game. They scored 90 points in a playoff game. It's just an offense that no one has found an answer to, and no one has been able to stop, and that's really the charge of the head coach, Eric Kessler, for the Flyers.
And Larry, the other thing is that if these numbers are correct, and I believe they are, Finley has not been sacked this year.
No interceptions.
So 70% passer, hasn't been sacked, averaging 5+ touchdowns per game throwing the football.
Well, time now to meet the Giltner Hornets, and for that we head to our public address announcer. Here's Doc Weininger.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to Memorial Stadium for the Class D2 State Championship game. Today's game features the Giltner High School Hornets versus the Flyers of Humphrey St. Francis High School. And now let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, let's meet the visiting team, the Giltner Hornets. Number 1, Zach Lyon. Number 2, Christian Lichty. Number 3, Kyle Hawthorne. Number 5, Carter Obermeyer. Number 6, Justin Joyce. Number 8, Jacob Finley. Number 10, Jared Hastings. Number 11, Dylan Beek. Number 12, Trevor Phillips. Number 13, Benjamin Henricks. Number 21, Gage Myers. Number 22, Nicholas Chrysler. Number 23, Trevor Cates. Number 24, Dylan Henricks. Number 30, Ryan Clyer. Number 33, Garrett Poppin. Number 41, Tobias May. Number 42, Colt Stidham. Number 44, Cole Eastman. Number 50, Gavin Eberhardt. Number 55, Grady Grodzinski. Number 72, Corey Polik. Number 76, Dylan Gartner. Number 80, Dustin Weisenan. Number 87, Dustin Hastings. Number 99, Austin Edwards. Head coach for the Hornets is Jeff Ashby.
So there are the Giltner Hornets, 12-0 on the season. Head coach Jeff Ashby in his 6th season. Previously, he has been to state back in 2009 when they were the runner-up. Hornets have not won a state title since 1984. Coach Ashby has led a couple of teams deep into the postseason, but never been here until 2009 when they walked away as the runner-up. So looking for a state title for the first time in nearly 30 years. Now for the introduction of the St. Francis Flyers, let's go back to Doc Weinerman.
And now let's meet the home team, the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers. Number 2, Jake Arlt. Number 3, Austin Clausen. Number 4, J.J. Altmer. Number 5, Damian Baumgart. Number 7, Chad Heyer. Number 8, Dylan Poppy. Number 9, Caleb Suits. Number 10, Jesse Eicher. Number 11, Kyle Wemhoff. Number 12, Nathan Clausen. Number 13, Pete Zock. Number 14, Sam Zock. Number 15, Brandon Widener. Number 16, Nick Tellinghusen. Number 20, Chase Wemhoff. Number 21, Casey Wagner. Number 24, Corey Hasenstadt. Number 30, Corbin Eisenmenger. Number 33, John Core. Number 38, Tristan Foltz. Number 43, Michael McPhillips. Number 44, Connor Eisenmenger. Number 45, John Weiser. Number 77, Tim Noonan. Number 81, James Brockhouse. Number 84, Tanner Cranes. Number 86, Noah McPhillips. Number 87, Jake Werner. Head coach for the Flyers is Eric Kessler.
So Eric Kessler leads the St. Francis Flyers. He's in his 10th season, a career record of 98-15. The Flyers were state champs back in 2009. They were runner-up in 2008. Kessler actually a graduate of St. Francis. So here's a look at where these two teams come from. Hey, Humphrey, obviously, in northeast Nebraska. St. Francis Flyers, Giltner, just out I-80. The orange, white, and black of the Hornets got here by knocking off Medicine Valley and Shelton. Humphrey St. Francis beat Sterling, and then Falls City Sacred Heart 38-13. Neither of these teams, as we have said, have been tested throughout the season. And now let's go down to the Wallace Boys Octet for the national anthem.
us fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets, red glare, the bombs bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wallace High School boys octet with our national anthem. We are getting set in Class D2 when we come back to championship. It's St. Francis and Giltner for the D2 title.
Time Warner Cable is dedicated to the future of our nation's children. That's why we've launched our Connect a Million Minds initiative. We're asking adults to help us inspire kids through science, technology, engineering, and math. And we're achieving this through local partnerships with FIRST. Across the country, Time Warner Cable employees are helping bring FIRST robotics competitions to the areas we serve. The future of our nation and our children depends on math, science, and technology. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
I know he's not talking yet, but I know what he wants.
Do you think she should be walking by now?
Oh, he'll grow out of it, won't he?
Delays in development can be tricky to spot, especially when you are so close to the ones you love. If you have concerns or just have questions about your child's development, the Early Development Network is here to help. The sooner you call, the sooner you can make a difference for your child. Call your local district or toll free for a free evaluation.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. There's a few things you need to do to find the school that's the right fit for you.
Yeah, like thinking about your career interests and then researching colleges that fit those interests.
And going to college fairs and talking with college representatives that visit your school.
And most importantly, you should visit the schools that interest you. After all, you wouldn't buy a pair of shoes without trying them on first, would you?
Next time on the Dust Bowl.
Grasshoppers mostly were crawling.
A new plague descends on the southern plains.
They eat everything in sight.
Some families pull up stakes and move on.
We had nothing left. There was no reason to stay.
And a president must decide if the plains can be saved.
We shall have on our hands a new man-made Sahara.
Don't miss the conclusion of the Dust Bowl.
Wednesday night at 8 Central Time on NET1.
Well, you heard John Bishop say earlier, one of the best days we've had for a state high school football championship game in November. 49 degrees, sunny. It's anticipated to get up to upper 50s today, so a terrific day for football here at Memorial Stadium. Let's take a look at our officials. Doug Hartner of Randolph, Tim Reeves is your umpire from Madison, Paul Hertz, Jamie Ahrens, Jerry Schromer is our back judge, and the red hat is Rick Stromer. Those are a look at the guys who will be officiating this Class D2 state championship game between the St. Francis Flyers and the Giltner Hornets. To kick it off is Trevor Cates, back deep, Heyer and Suits. It will go into the end zone off the hands of Chad Heyer. And so St. Francis will set up at their own 15-yard line. 80-yard fields here in Class D2, 8-man football. Here's a look at the backs and receivers for the Flyers, Clausen, Oltmer, and Heyer. Heyer was the running back earlier in the year until injury. Weiser, Foltz, Eisenmenger, McPhillips, and Werner up front, and that is a big group and a very talented group for the St. Francis Flyers. Under center for the Flyers, Nate Clausen, the 5'9", 170-pound senior. J.J. Oltmer, the running back, gets the ball, and right away, Oltmer with room and a gain of 10 yards and near a first down out to the 25-yard line for J.J. Oltmer. Defensive line for the Hornets, Poppin, Gartner, and Joyce. Backers and linebackers, Quire, Henricks, Hawthorne, Henricks, and Hastings. They'll call it second down and short. The toss out to Ortner, and Ortner past the 25-yard line, and a first down for the St. Francis Flyers.
St. Francis in classic style, 8-man football, power football, grind it out up the middle, off the tackle, move the change, two plays, first down.
It looks like they're sneaking Chad Heyer out there. Chad is a senior running back who's actually filled in pretty nicely for the injured Casey Wegner and getting the play started pretty early.
So first down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Showing blitz, crowding out line, and we have a flag on the play. It will go against the Flyers and back them up 5 yards.
2 backers that time, plugging the up front there in the gaps. Safety came up.
Illegal procedure on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That anticipated blitz with the safety giving them the same kind of look, kind of tossed that offense for a little bit of a loop, a little confusion there. Maybe contributed to that penalty. And it'll be first down now and 15.
There's Eric Kessler, head coach of the Flyers of St. Francis, 12-0 on the season. Ground game is the key. He said if they throw today, it might be 3 times. They would love to churn clock against this powerful offense from Giltner. Tossed outside, goes to Oltmer. Good job defensively there by Justin Joyce along with Gartner.
Good job that time, Larry, by number 13 for Giltner. He's the guy that kind of stopped up the play in the backfield, Ben Hendricks. He took out the lead blocker and let his teammates finish up right there short of the first down, second down 11.
So second down and 11 for the Flyers. The give is to Oltmer. Oltmer powers up the middle for a gain of 7. That'll bring up third down and about 4.
You know, Dustin Hastings comes up very fast from the safety position to make the tackle here, and he's doing pretty well in the year. He's got 43 total tackles, but he's really, really good at pass defense with 7 interceptions on the year.
Trying to power it up the middle. About a 5-yard game. Important down right here. Third and about 5. And Larry, you talked about throwing the football. Let's see if that happens here. They haven't had much success. I guess those first 2 plays pretty good, but much success other than that.
Clausen has thrown 27 times this year, 14 completions. He'll drop back here, roll to his right under some pressure. He throws over the middle, nearly picked off, and incomplete. That will bring up 4th down. So the Giltner Hornet defense holds. Ryan Klyer there to knock it down.
Dustin Hastings just about got his 8th interception on the year. That guy's a ball hawk. Dustin Hawkins, senior, 6'1", 150, and a great nose for the football.
Yeah, that is not a familiar position for quarterback Nate Clausen to be able to roll out and try and find an open guy. You can tell why they run it. It looks like
Connor Eisenmenger in there. Now drops back in punt formation. Eisenmenger, the junior punter, will get it away. Fair catch called for by Kyle Hawthorne. He takes it at the 22. So we'll get our first look at the Giltner Hornet offense, led by their All-State quarterback, Jake Finley, the 6'2", 160-pound senior. There's a look at Finley. 62 touchdowns on the season. Had 7 passing touchdowns in a playoff game, which is a new state record.
All right, Blake, hold on to your helmet. Strap down the shoulder pads, and away we go.
I'm ready to see this Hornet offense.
I am too. I'm really excited. 62 TDs, no sacks, and no interceptions on the year.
Ryan Klyer in the backfield along with Finley. Finley drops, looks to his right, comes back across the middle on the screen. Good defensive play by John Weezer. Weezer there to stop it for a gain of about 3.
Well, John Weezer, great job on that play.
So here's a look at the backs and receivers. Finley, Klyer, Hawthorne, Hastings, and Poppin. A lot of balls being thrown their way. Up front, Heinrichs, Gartner, and Hendricks. The offensive line. Quickly tossed out to the right. Caught and good for a first down. Let's look at the defense for the St. Francis Flyers. Defensive line, Warner, Foltz, and Eisenmenger. Backs and linebackers, Weezer, Oltmer, Nathan Clausen, Chad Heyer, and Caleb Suits. So 2 plays and a first down for the Hornets. Toss right to Hastings, and Hastings bobbles it, but then out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards. Will bring up second down and 4.
Now you begin to get an idea why their numbers are the way they are. No huddle, spread offense, and it's all quick. It's all very quick. Here's the throw out to the left side. As you see the receiver there, Hastings, get upfield, fumble the football out of bounds. Ball spotted right about the 38-yard line.
You know, Adrian, head coach Jeff Ashby said ball control, and that can be a threat to the offense of Giltner if they fumble the ball, but luckily that one out of bounds.
So Finley, the quick toss across the middle. Incomplete there on the play. J.J. Oltmer knocking it away.
We'll see a lot of him today on the offensive side and the defensive side. You know, he's only had one pick on the year, but you can see he's pretty good in pass coverage. For a 5'9", 185 kid, he moves pretty well.
Second leading tackler on the ball club.
3rd down and 4 for the Hornets. Finley. What a catch out there on the sideline at about the 35-yard line, and they will say his toe was in. Hastings, with great hands, pulls it in for a first down.
46th catch on the year for Dustin Hastings. 17 touchdowns to go with it. Watch this here.
Wow.
It was almost, I had to question it initially, but the referee right there.
Oh, man.
Terrific play.
What a grab by Dustin Hastings, the 6'1 senior. And now the quick toss out, caught by Clyer out of the backfield. Clyer with another first down, and this Giltner offense is moving.
You know, guys, what Humphrey St. Francis, they've seen nothing but short, quick pop passes. All the outside, one over the middle, it was incomplete. But one of these moments, one of these times, some of those defensive backs are going to have to take a chance. And if they do, they're going to intercept it and go all the way.
Hastings split wide to the left. Clyer across the middle. The toss to the right, caught by Hawthorne.
You know, Chaz Heyer, he's playing about 10 yards off there on the outside, Adrian. Like you said, maybe they're trying to let him get a little bit of a rhythm on defense, understand the pace of the Giltner offense, and then take a chance with some press coverage.
Well, they'll need to do something, Blake, because they just can't lay off like that, you know, the whole first half and expect to be successful. But we'll see how it goes here. Yeah, you're right. You know, get your bearings, you know, get accustomed to what we're doing here and go from there. Here comes the measurement.
So that much left for first down. It'll be 2nd down and short for the Hornets.
There you might see your first run here.
Oh, man.
Be careful.
I don't know. It's, you know, hurry up offense. The spread offense is always known for, you know, the short passing game replaces the short running game. So we'll see here. But 4 inches to go.
Well, we've talked about Jake Finley's arm, but he is a runner. You know, he's the leading rusher for this Giltner offense, and with 484 yards on the year, 14 touchdowns. So when needed, he can put it on the ground.
See where he lines up here. Yeah, he's going to be in the gun still.
Hawthorne wide right, Hastings to the left. 4 wide for this Hornet offense. The quick toss out to Hastings. Hastings enough for the first down inside the 10-yard line. Stretches it out down to about the 7 or 8, and it will be 1st and goal for the Hornets.
Unbelievable.
That might as well be a run play for this Giltner offense. That is a run play.
Unbelievable. That's amazing.
It comes down to the quarterback, though. This is a very accurate, strong-arm quarterback. I'm impressed with this drive right here. He gets out there very quick.
Take the snap, throw it. That's what he does. Take the snap, throw it.
Hendricks, Hawthorne, and Clyer to the right. Hastings to the left. And now in motion across comes Hendricks. The quick toss across the middle, tipped and nearly picked off.
Wow.
Tipped twice, and Chad Heyer had an opportunity to pull it in.
That ball touched a lot of hands down there, and Heyer, the last hands that it touched, looking for that 3rd interception on the year. Just not quite there.
Boy, I tell you, St. Francis, they're saying you're not throwing over the middle. They're giving the outside up, but they're stopping the middle pass.
Quick toss outside. Hastings once again inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. It will bring up 3rd down and goal from the 4 for the Hornets.
A lot of Giltner's success, of course, based on what you just saw, that short pass, but it's important that lead blocker out there, and in that case, that lead blocker was Ryan Clyer, trying to spring the receiver loose, picked up 3 yards.
So 3rd down and 4. Goal to go. The toss outside. Great defensive support by J.J. Oltmer.
Boy.
And shut down on the toss is Klyer. That will bring up 4th down.
You know, this Giltner offense, you'd say that's a great stop here by Altmer. Man, look at him hit. That's great. Great way to bring the hips there, AD. He's learned a lot. Might have gone to the Adrian Fiala School of Linebackers.
And just a sophomore guy.
I made one of those hits once.
The Hornets will go for it on 4th down. 4th and goal to go. Across the middle, in there for a touchdown. Hastings cut underneath. Hawthorne in there for the touchdown. It was Klyer he caught underneath, and Hastings 4-6.
Klyer on the out route, Hastings underneath on the touchdown pass. Kind of crossed up that secondary a little bit there, Blake, and looking again for that short pop pass with that lead blocker, that little bubble screen out there. Didn't happen that time. Lost up the corner and the safety. Bingo, touchdown.
Senior linebacker for St. Francis, John Weiser's done a great job on the outside. Just got picked there, and touchdown for Giltner.
On the 2-point try, Finley will go up top again and off of the hands of Henricks. And no good, so Giltner is on the board. One more look at the touchdown.
Here it is right here as the receivers X that time. They slot man went to the outside. Hastings come to the inside. Secondary just not quite ready for that after all that's happened here in this first series.
Giltner offense does not disappoint in its first possession. Let's take a look back at last year's Class D2 state championship.
Sargent upset the 3-time defending state champion Howells to win the 2011 Class D2 championship. The Bulldogs ended Howells' 34-game winning streak in the Bobcats' final game before merging with Dodge. Sargent got off to a quick start by scoring 21 points in the first half and holding Howells to only 1 score. Although the Bulldogs didn't score in the second half, they held on to win 21-18. Sargent couldn't have asked for a better end to their final season before combining with Luke County. Congratulations to the 2011 D2 state champions, Sargent Bulldogs.
So 2 new combatants here in the D2 championship. It's St. Francis and Giltner. The Hornets drove the length of the field in its first possession. Hornets have taken the lead thanks to that arm, the arm of that young man, Jake Finley, and lead it 6-0.
12 plays, 58 yards, 2:24 on the clock to score. Very efficient drive.
Dylan Gartner to kick it off. He kicks it deep and through the end zone. Flyers will take over on their 15. An important drive here now because the first opportunity that the Hornets get, they take it the length of the field and show they're going to be able to move the ball as they have all year long, and the Flyers need to answer on the ground, chew some clock.
Like Giltner said, here's what we do. You've heard about it. We're showing it to you. Now you go do it too and see what you can do. So here we go. Humphrey, St. Francis. The Flyers ready to move it out.
Nate Clausen, the quarterback. There's J.J. Oltmer.
Showing blitz here.
The toss to Oltmer. Bangs his way for a gain of a couple. Make it Chad Heyer. Heyer leading the way for Oltmer. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Flyers.
That is right there. You see Giltner going with the blitz. That's kind of a risk-reward type thing against this St. Francis offense. Send them in, stop the middle. But that gives J.J. Oltmer an opportunity to get outside. Let's see how that plays out for the rest of the game.
2nd down and 7. The give in the backfield. A nice carry by Heyer, and Heyer out near a 1st down. Let's hear from Eric Kessler, head coach, about his senior quarterback, Nate Clausen.
Nathan Clausen's our quarterback. He stepped in midway through the season. We had our Sam Zock went down with a wrist injury, and he stepped in. He's got 2 brothers that started state championship games for us, so it's kind of a family tradition. He's done a great job. Good leader for us. Has really been a solid player for us.
3rd down and short. The give to the big back Oltmer, and Oltmer powers out past the 25-yard line to the 27, and a 1st down for the Flyers.
You know, Adrian, you look at left guard Michael McPhillips for St. Francis. He's only a sophomore, 5'11", 220 pounds. he's fast. He got up to the second level there and left the hole wide open to get the first down. Great job by McPhillips, and as a sophomore, he's got a lot of playing days left ahead of him.
And a good job by Dustin Hastings on defense coming up from his safety spot. He met the ball carrier right in the hole. Very little, if any, gain after that. That's what you want on a tackle. 0 after contact. 0 yards after contact.
Chad Heyer back in there at I-back. He'll get the toss. A couple of good blocks out in front. He's got some room. Heyer out past midfield and into Hornet territory on the carry by Chad Heyer.
A couple of possible tackles for a loss, but Heyer able to shed the tackles there, as you see. Great strong running, good use of his hands. Get that football in the outside towards the boundary and then head upfield. And he did a great job to pick up that first down.
15 yards on the carry by Heyer. It's the ball at the 38 of the Hornets. Now J.J. Oltmer back at that I-back spot. Donna Weezer, the fullback. The give to Oltmer follows Weezer into the hole. A gain of about 3 near the 40, make it 35-yard line.
John Weezer's seen some rare snaps at fullback. You know, Chad Heyer has done a great job at that spot all year, but when he gets in there, he's a big enough guy to move you around. He's one of the leaders on the defensive side, 6 foot, 215-pound kid, leading tackler, but also not a bad blocker for this offense.
You're going to run the ball like they do. You've got to have a fullback like that in your offense to make it go.
And now Heyer at fullback. He'll lead the way for Oltmer. And Oltmer inside the 30-yard line down to about the 29, close to. That'll bring up 3rd down and short. And the carry by J.J. Oltmer. So they like to switch up the I-back and the fullback. And you'll see Heyer and Weezer and Eisenmenger and Oltmer and several different combinations in that flyer backfield.
Good power run that time. Good blocking up front. Give them a makeable 3rd down right here. 3rd and a little over a yard.
Heyer in there at the I-back. Weezer the fullback. Heyer follows the block of Weezer. Heyer enough for a 1st down.
Gang tackling by the Giltner defense. That's going to be key. These St. Francis offense has a stable running backs. They're all powerful. They're hard runners. You got to have 3, 4, 5 hats to the ball on every tackle. And Giltner does a good job there. Now, St. Francis gets the 1st down, but they're showing that they can stop this physical play of St. Francis.
Absolutely, Blake. And there's a reason they give up just over 100 yards a game. Good scheme, good defense, good tough tackling.
So 1st down and 10 for the Flyers. The give to Oltmer up the middle, breaks one tackle, carries another down and near the 15-yard line. We have a flag on the play.
We just saw Giltner come with pressure with a blitz again. 2 things happen on the blitz. If you blitz correctly and get in the right gaps, you stop the run. If you don't, you give up yardage just like they did there. And you open yourself up to passing. However, Humphrey St. Francis, not a big threat as far as throwing the football, so you just got to make sure defending against the run that you get into gaps and you make the tackle. But when you blitz, you take a risk.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run, 1st down.
So the face mask called on the Hornets. That will tack on 5 more. 1st down and 10 to go from the 11-yard line.
You know, if you talk to Coach Ashby before the game, he said this Giltner Hornet team, they're disciplined. They work well in the passing game, but penalties have plagued them all year. And right there, early on in the game, the first penalty of the game for Giltner. But it gives them a good opportunity here for St. Francis getting the end zone.
So 11 yards away, they're 11 yards away from TD as they line it up.
Driving to answer. Clausen under center. Pass it back to Heyer, who's tripped up in the backfield, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a loss of 1 back at the 12-yard line.
Good lead block that time by John Weezer to the outside. Running back cut to the inside, but good fill by Giltner right there to knock the ball carrier down for a bit of a loss, actually.
2nd down and 11. Ortmer back at the I-back. Weezer at the fullback. Ortmer follows Weezer in the middle. Carries tacklers inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. A gain of 4. That will bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Flyers.
You know, Adrian, you see Dylan Hendricks on the outside coming in. He's almost on a blitz every time from that corner position, predicting the run that might open up an opportunity down the line. They don't throw very often, but you get that corner sneaking up, drop it over his head for a touchdown here. We'll see.
Big play right here, 3rd and 6.
Still get a 1st down, ball on the ground. Snap was bobbled, and falling back on top of it is Clausen. So now decision time on 3rd down, make it 4th down and 6 for Coach Eric Kessler.
The coach's nightmare right there, a dead play in scoring position, and the ball gets mishandled. So
there's a lot of nerves in these games, Adrian.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And 4th down and 6. Ball at the 7-yard line. Lone back is Chad Heyer. Suits across the formation, dropping back to throw. Just out of the outstretched hands of Chad Heyer, who, had it been close, might have had enough for a 1st down or a touchdown.
They went for it there.
They're doing something they're not used to doing a whole lot of, and that's throwing the football. John Bishop told you in pregame, 27 attempts on the year. The total of 27 attempts on the year. So not surprising. Maybe it's not as sharp as it might be, but actually the receiver was there, all just a little bit up.
So the Hornets hold on 4th down and get it back down. A little pump fake and over the middle, wide open, and nothing but running room. There goes Hendricks at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Ben Hendricks. 73-yard touchdown strike from Jake Finley to Ben Hendricks.
Corner on the left side occupied. Safety went to the right and left a vast expanse of turf right there in that deep seam. So much so that there was no doubt what was going to happen. See it here again.
He snuck behind him there.
Hendricks doing a great job. Nobody within 15 yards of the ball.
On the 2-point conversion, it opens up, and Finley walks it in. So the touchdown and the 2-point conversion make it 14-0. Giltner on top of the Flyers.
Well, that's a tough one to handle. You know, you drive the field, have a couple of miscues down close to the goal line. Here's that pass again.
Great touch by Finley there, right over top of the linebacker.
How many times have you seen a quarterback and a receiver when they're that wide open, it doesn't work?
Oh, they'll miss it. Yeah.
Somebody gets a little anxious about the situation, but that was right on the money, and away you go to the end zone.
Let's get out of the field to John Bishop. John.
Well, that's already the 2nd touchdown pass for Jake Finley, which adds to his already growing state record. You know, he broke the record of a former Hornet, Nate Most, but that was set about 3 weeks ago with 64 touchdown passes. Put this into perspective, guys. He is averaging over 5 touchdown passes a game. The record in this stadium is 7, set by Joe Gans back in 2007, of course, in college football. But when you look at the numbers he is putting up this year, it is astounding. And when you can get away with 3 Flyers getting their hands on the ball as they did on that previous drive, sometimes a little luck doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely, John. You know, we talked about this scoring explosion that Giltner has put up this year. That play took 12 seconds to put him on the board. That was going to be out of bounds.
Well, they did the math on the scoring, and every 40 seconds that Giltner has the ball, they're scoring a touchdown.
Oh, man.
Every 40 seconds that they have the ball, Giltner scores a touchdown. John mentioned the touchdown record. He's now at 64. He is now 1 away from tying the career touchdown record of Nate Most, who also played for Giltner.
Amazing. I also want to meet the guy who did the calculations. That's pretty diligent.
Time of possession,
that's good.
Points scored.
That is pretty diligent. I think he should get a medal too.
You know, you look at the contrasting styles of play. Right now, Giltner's had the ball for 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and they've got 14 points. St. Francis is controlling the ball. They've had the time of possession over 8 minutes so far. They're running it. They're controlling the clock. But before the game, you talked to Coach Kessler, and he said we have to limit big plays, and that's what Giltner's had so far.
So back in there at I-back is Ortmer, Heyer the fullback. Clausen under center. The give to Oltmer. They will pound away again up the middle. A gain of about 2. Tripped up on the inside.
Blitzing backers that time, plugging the gaps, along with one of the defensive people in the secondary. They've really been hammering away at the middle, Blake. They've made pretty good yardage on the flanks a couple of times. I would think a little bit of deception, or just toss it out there and let's go to the end and see what happens.
The toss out to Oltmer, chased from behind. Good job defensively on running down the play from the backside by Ben Henricks, who just scored that 73-yard touchdown.
No, that is your toss play right there, Adrian. They're trying to get to the edge.
Trying to loosen up that defense a little bit. Picked up, about 3 yards on the play, 4 yards on the play.
Well, I think there's a lot of respect right now for this Giltner corners. You know, with Kyle Hawthorne on the edge, he's got 70 tackles on the year, 5 interceptions. Dylan Henricks also has 70 tackles on the year. So they seal the edge out here for Giltner. St. Francis, they've got to push it. They've got to push it. And second quarter could see a different strategy for this St. Francis offense.
So 1 quarter in the books for the D2 championship. The Hornets on top of the Flyers. The high-flying offense has put up 14 points.
Animal agriculture is vital to Nebraska. Livestock production not only contributes to our food supply, but also helps our rural communities. Livestock provides revenue for schools, creates jobs, supports Main Street, and enhances the future for farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Board's Animal Agriculture Initiative works to encourage growth of responsible livestock enterprises to benefit agriculture and Nebraska.
Sports programming on NET is made possible by a gift from Harold and Marion Anderson, recognizing the importance of high school and college athletics in Nebraska.
NET sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA football championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. By Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. And by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, reminding you that a concussion is a brain injury. For information, go to dhhs.ne.gov/concussions. So we head to the second quarter. The Hornets on top 14-0. Flyers with the ball and in desperate need of a first down here on 3rd down and 5 to keep the ball away from the offense and put some points on the board as well. 3rd and 5. Oltmer motioned out. Flag on the play. We'll see if they were drawn off sides or if it's against the defense.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So more manageable 3rd down now. 3rd and 1 for the Flyers. Encroachment against the Hornets.
It won't be a pass, Larry.
Oltmer in there at I-back. Higher now at the fullback. Nate Clausen, the quarterback. They give Oltmer easily enough for the first down as he carries tacklers out near midfield. Flyers trying to answer.
Adrian, if you look at that first quarter, you say 14-0. That's a pretty good performance. But, you know, St. Francis, they're getting some yardage here.
Yeah, they're picking up decent yardage. Hastings again, Dustin Hastings having kind of a I'll meet you about every play type situation up there with Altman. But, yeah, like they're picking up 3, 4, 5 yards a poke. That's not so bad, but you can't have those dead downs and then a couple of them when they gain no yardage.
Oltmer again.
Like that.
Runs into the pile of defenders for the Hornets, led by Sam linebacker Ryan Klyer. He pushes the pile backwards. Also in there, Ben Henricks.
What do you think about, faking that play, and then he just comes out naked?
Yeah.
Give it a go. See what happens.
There's stuff in the middle pretty easy, and you know.
Oh, they're tight. They're tight up front there in the box.
Thing is, Clausen, he does not run the ball much. He just is a really good at handing it off, and sometimes he'll get on lead block as well. It's fun to see him do that.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. The toss back to Oltmer. Oltmer puts his shoulder pad down, runs right into Dustin Hastings, and a nice gain for Oltmer. Gain of 6 brings up 3rd and 4.
Well, this is what we just talked about. Nate Clausen, the quarterback, getting a lead block, and he opens the hole. And that's a good thing for this St. Francis offense, to have any extra player you can get on the block. And another 3rd down.
Well, they got McPhillips up there on that left side, too. Michael McPhillips leading the way on that play. They get set.
3rd down and 4 now. Higher at the I-back. Higher will take the toss. Tries to get to the outside, and Higher stretches out past the 30-yard line, and enough for a Flyers 1st down.
Adrian, that's the senior making a play for his team in the state championship game.
Take a look right there as you see number 45 for Humphrey St. Francis, Weiser. Lead block. Good job to get upfield and get that 1st down.
St. Francis drove deep into Giltner territory in the 1st quarter, over to turn it over on downs. Driving once again to give to Oltmer. Oltmer tries to spin out of the tackle. Hawthorne pulls him down. Kyle Hawthorne on the stop. Gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
They come with that heavy set, tight formation. Everybody on offense in the box area, so to speak. Everybody on defense in the box area, so to speak. Tough to make yardage under those kind of conditions. He got a couple. Got 3 yards.
Tripped in the backfield, and Clausen goes down. He saw the pressure coming, and it looked like, Adrian, that might have been the play.
Exactly. Some sort of a different play.
Yep.
It's a different play. He couldn't adjust. He saw that pressure. Here come the backers. Here comes the safety up into the gaps, and just not ready to deal with it. Here they come. Pressure's there. He
got tripped.
Maybe got hit a foot. Yeah. So again, a dead play on a big down makes it now 3rd and.
They had it dialed up against the blitz as well.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 12. Give on the end around to Werner. Werner's got some room. Werner inside the 25, down to about the 23. That'll bring up a 4th and manageable. So after a gain of 8 yards, it's 4th and 4.
First time we've seen this play. Michael McPhillips, 43. Watch him leading the play to the outside there. Excellent block right there. And a great job on defense for that defender. I had to get his name or his number to come off that block and make the hit. Kyle Hawthorne on the play.
So 4th down and 4. 2nd, 4th down here in this 1st half for the Flyers. Dropping back to pass. Clausen has a man wide open. He uncovered. It's Higher for the catch, and Higher down to the 1. Higher was covered early, broke free. Clausen was patient and found him down the field.
There's a senior quarterback staying poised and collected. 4th down, not called to pass very often. Rolls out, takes his time. Look at this. He comes up to the line here, Adrian, like he's going to run. Steps back. Great pass, and Dylan Higher, great catch. Right down to the 1.
And he brought those defensive backs up. And that's when he broke loose, as far as the receiver broke loose, and he was wide open. So great job by Clausen to get the job done, as you said, Blake.
22-yard gain, 1st and goal from the 1. Clausen keeps it himself, and Clausen in there for a very important touchdown for the Flyers.
Just keep hammering away, and that's what Humphrey St. Francis does. As Clausen just tries to find a seam. Here he does right here. Tristan Foltz over on that right side, helping out on the blocking.
Yeah, Tristan Foltz as a senior, he's one of the biggest guys on this offensive line, 6'2", 235. If I was Nate Clausen, Adrian, I'd follow him too.
You bet.
So Clausen in there for his 7th touchdown of the season, now on the 2-point conversion. Take the toss out to Heyer. And into the end zone, caught by Warner for 2. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they've cut the lead to 6 at 14-8.
I like this play right here. Maybe we'll see more of it. Take the toss sweep, peel back, and hit your receiver. That defensive back, Blake, bid on the action, wide open about 4 yards.
Yeah, this Jake Warner, he's a big athlete. I think that's a good use of a 6 foot, 195 pound senior Jake Warner in the flats, and those 2 points are going to matter. I'm telling you, I think that St. Francis, they can continually drive down the field. They've driven a lot on Giltner so far. They didn't score on the earlier opportunity, but right now that's what they need, those extra 2 points.
Crucial touchdown. Hey, it's time now for our NSAA championship trivia. Be the first person to email the correct answer to sports@netnebraska.org, and you'll win a Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt, size XL, and the Wrap-Up logo mug. So here's the trivia question. What school holds the NSAA Division or D2 record for the most rushing yards in an NSAA playoff game? The first correct email to sports@netnebraska.org wins the Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt, a logo mug, and remember, only one winner per household during the 2012 championships. So that means everyone is eligible right now. A D2 rushing record in an NSAA playoff game. Goes back a ways.
How far?
50? Almost 20 years.
20 years. Okay.
Almost.
Still don't know.
A left-footed kick taken at about the 1 yard line for Giltner. Spun out to the 20-yard line on the return goes Hawthorne.
I like Kyle Hawthorne. He works it hard. He's making a lot of tackles on defense, making some plays on offense, and even on special teams. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to be a senior in the state championship game. You got to give it your all, and Kyle Hawthorne is doing that.
So Jake Finley in this Giltner Hornet offense back on the field. Under pressure, rolls to his left, finds a man across the middle, incomplete. Couldn't quite find Hastings. Well, this Giltner Hornet team goes to a lot of 7-on-7 summer camps, guys. That's really, it's almost like taking your entire team to play 8-man football. It's take your team, everybody gets to go. You go to a couple of 7-on-7 camps. Was talking with head coach Jeff Ashby. He said they entered a big camp down in Arkansas this past summer. They found out they were an 8-man team and called back and said, "Are you sure you want to come down here? Because we've got teams from all over." They went down and held their own very well among some of the top talent in the South.
High school players just keep getting better and better and better, no matter what the class is anymore.
5-yard penalty.
You talked about camps, you talked about training, you talked about nutrition, better coaching, all of it. Just making high school kids a lot better.
Jake Finley, second-year starter on the option. Toss outside.
Big hit.
Finally pushed out of bounds.
John Weiser coming from the inside. I think he knows when they're getting to the outside, he's got to make a play because this is a fast Giltner offense.
Well, we talked with head coach Jeff Ashby about his senior quarterback, second-year starter Jake Finley.
Jake Finley's been a 2-year starter for us, and he's done a great job coming along, and he's put a lot of time in, over the last 2 years. So he's can run and does well as you can run on offense.
On 3rd and short, and a loss of about 1 or 2. That'll bring up 4th down.
Chad Heyer that time, along with his defense, playing with a little renewed purpose ever since they got their first score, and kind of sparked up their defense, and that will happen for your team.
And inside their own territory on 4th down, they will go. So 4th down and 1 from their own 30-yard line, needing to get past the 30. And a timeout called by Jeff Ashby of Giltner.
Jake Finley, he doubles as a punter, so you never quite know. That's always a trick in the high school ranks. Usually the quarterback will be the punter, and Jake has done a pretty good job for this Giltner team so far this year. He's averaging about, 34 yards a punt? He's got a long on 46, and he's got a chance to pin him down here, but you can expect this Giltner offense to go for it with the momentum they've had so far.
I would love to hear what you think. You can send us an email. Let us know what you think about our coverage of NSAA high school football and volleyball championships. If you value your statewide NET television, let us know, and also let our sponsors know by writing to sports@netnebraska.org. We certainly thank you for watching NSAA football championships on NET and NET HD, also online. And as you know, NET is Nebraska's home for sports. We will be here for all 6 games, 3 today, 3 tomorrow. State high school championships, D2, D1, Class A later tonight, then C1, C2, and Class B tomorrow.
Bring your tents and your Coleman stove, and you can join us up here.
4th down and 1. Finley keeps it himself, looking to get past the 30, and he does. A first down on the carry by Jake Finley. Spread him out, carry it to the gap.
He picked up close to 500 yards rushing the football this year, 485 to be specific. But like you said, Blake, line up deep, maybe he kicks, maybe he runs. That time he was a little bit closer to the line. You had an idea he's going to run the football there.
Finley, the quick toss, knocked out of the hands, incomplete to Clyer. Good job defensively by the Flyers.
Watch Jake Warner here. He's trying to make a play on the ball. Ooh, the referee gets in the way. You know, linebackers, they always got to watch out for that umpire there, Adrian. And
hey, we need any help we can get.
That ump made a great play there.
Clyer motions out. Finley, the screen underneath. Caught by Hendricks, who has some room. Hendricks fumbles out of bounds, but has a first down inside Flyer territory.
That's a great job out there on defense. I believe it was number 12. Nathan Clausen. We'll take a look here again. He's getting blocked right there, but he gets off the block and prevents it, probably a touchdown.
He was the last one guy out there, Adrian. That's
terrific job by Nathan Clausen.
17-yard gain by Hendricks. First down for the Hornets. The give to Hawthorne, who is dropped behind the line, and once again, you just mentioned him, number 87, Jake Warner.
Michael McPhillips does a great job here getting off the block in the backfield. Tackle for loss. This is good to see. You know, St. Francis is sneaking up when Giltner wants to run the ball. They've got players there. The defenders are stepping up when needed.
And the other thing about Giltner here in the last 2 series, their line splits have been a little bit wider. They're trying to get that defense spread out a little bit more.
2nd down and 12. Looks across the middle. And complete down to the 23-yard line. Completion to Ben Hendricks. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Hornets. Gain of 11 on the play. And back to the quick-paced offense for the Hornets. Quick toss to the outside, and the catch made again by Kyle Hawthorne for the first down.
Terrific route that time by Hawthorne. Just a short out, about 2 yards past the sticks, enough to get that first down. The sure-handed Hawthorne making that grab. Kyle Hawthorne on the year, 79 receptions, 1,365 yards coming into the game.
Under pressure, Finley rolls out and throws that one away.
Good thing he did.
Yeah. It's a rare incompletion for this offense.
Well, Clausen there again on the coverage, and had he put that nose of that football up, I think Clausen gets the interception, which he's done several times in his career.
You look at Giltner, their offense, they've got 2 yards rushing, but they've gotten in through the air, 167 yards in the day.
Finley under pressure. Looks downfield, caught by Clyer for a short gain. That'll bring up 3rd down. Gain of about, call it 4, make it 5, 3rd down and 5.
Little moxie right here by Finley, showing pretty good footwork, pretty good agility, even better eyesight. Gets away from one would-be tackler, looks upfield and finds.
He's fun to watch.
You bet. terrific play.
3rd down and 5 to go. Has room, he'll pull it down himself, looks for the end zone, and he's in there for the touchdown. Jake Finley, 12-yard touchdown run, and it's 20-8, Giltner on top.
This one goes to Finley, obviously. You don't see that happen very often, but he does make that play. Now watch number 4 for Humphrey St. Francis here on the you won't see it, but he actually bid on the play action going the other way. He went about 3 or 4 steps the other way, and that'll put it up for Finley to make that play.
So now for the 2-point conversion. Trips right, now Clyer goes into the slot on the left side. Across the middle, and touchdown catch by Hawthorne. So Hawthorne converts the 2-point conversion, not a touchdown obviously, 2-point conversion, and now 22-8, Hornets on top. There's a touchdown run.
These guys can hurt you a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I said I love watching Jake Finley play. I mean, he can hurt you a lot of different ways, and his coach knows it. This is a senior playing well in the state championship game. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns, which is not what I would expect looking at this game so far. He's got 1 on the ground on a 1-yard run and a scramble for a touchdown there.
You just saw Finley on that last play. Look everybody to the left, make sure that his eyes were committed left, and then all of a sudden turn around, come back, and throw it to the right side. Terrific work by Jacob Finley. 12 plays, 60 yards, a little over 2 minutes and 35 seconds to score.
So 22-8 the score. I want to remind you, Big Red Wrap-Up will not be seen at its regular time on Tuesday night this week due to the NSAA football championships. Instead, you can see the wrap-up on a Wednesday night with special guest Mike Babcock from Hale Varsity along with Sean Callahan on Husker Recruiting. Plus, we'll look ahead to Friday's game with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Be sure to join us. Big Red Wrap-Up this Wednesday at 7 Central right here on NET1 and NET HD.
Hopefully talk about another win coming up, Larry.
Well, that's the hope. Nice win here on this field just a few days ago.
Minnesota was about as solid a performance as we've seen.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll follow up with Iowa, and the team will be ready to head into Indianapolis and play 4 solid quarters of football.
Well, Dylan Giltner kicks it away. It will be taken by Hire, and Hire pops one out past the 30-yard line to about the 32 for the Flyers. 27 yards on the return by Chad Hire.
Well, you know, St. Francis, they need some yards right here because they got 5 minutes and 21 seconds to half. Giltner gets the ball coming into the second half, so St. Francis needs to drive down and score. They've done a pretty good job so far today at getting down there, but it's taken them some time. You know, look at the time of possession. It's still a little lopsided. Humphrey St. Francis had it for 13 minutes.
5:20 to go before the half. 22-8, Giltner on top. Ortmer gets the carry, plods his way for about 3 yards out to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 7. And Ortmer, as we said, nearly 15, now over 1,500 yards on the season, 27 touchdowns for the sophomore.
Continue to take it over that left side behind Jake Werner, Michael McPhillips, senior laden offensive line. Each of those players have been around a number of years, all their career at Humphrey St. Francis.
Chad Hire now at the I-back. Weezer, the fullback, the give to Hire, and he is shut down in the backfield. Garrett Poppin right there to wrap up, and a loss of about 3.
You know, Adrian, I was just about to ask you, because St. Francis had the ball in offense a lot, this defense for Giltner's been out there, and they don't look tired.
No,
they look like they're in shape right now.
They're sharp, they're in shape, they're fresh looking. That time we need to throw Kyle Hawthorne into the tackling picture. He was one of the first men to come up and say hello to the ball carrier also.
You look at Garrett Poppin here, you get a good look at this guy. He's a 6 foot, 205-pound kid, and he plays a lot of different positions. On offense, he'll play right guard. On defense, he sneaks out defensive end. He's a big boy out there.
Third down and 9. Back to passes Clausen. He dumps it off to Hire. Hire with an empty move and up for a first down into Hornet territory. Big third down and 9 conversion for the Flyers.
I think Flyers learning a lesson by plays like that. You continue to hammer the middle. It's pretty easy for Giltner to deal with it, but now you're going to see losing up the defense. There's the throw out to Hire, and he gets upfield. And not only that, picks up the first down. Ever important first down, gives his team another fresh 4.
So 12 yards on the 3rd and 9. And once again, the Flyers back in Giltner territory. They show blitz again, and the give to Hire, and Hire busts through there inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 6, bring up 2nd down and 4. Hey, I want to remind you, go to our NET Sports Facebook page right now and send us your comments. Your posts could be seen live on the air. So log on to facebook.com/NET Sports and join in on our NET Sports Football Championship telecast. We'll call it a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Oltmer back in. The toss goes to Oltmer. Blockers out in front. Oltmer fumbles the football, but there to pick it up is Michael McPhillips.
That's what we call a little Johnny on the spot. Lucky, actually good awareness by Michael McPhillips to get on the ball here. Look at Oltmer. He's got a gang of blockers out there. But great job on the defensive side for Giltner. Who pops that out? That looks like a gang of them right there.
Bunch of guys
from behind,
yeah.
Hendricks was behind him. I don't know if he got that fist underneath there or not, but he was indeed behind him on the play. Moving the ball. Flyers are moving the football again.
First down at the 20 for the Flyers. The give to Hire. Hire drugged down by Ryan Klyer after a short gain. Klyer from that Sam linebacker spot leads the team in tackles with 129 on the year.
Another senior playing big. This is the last time they get to don the uniform, and I think right now, look at the Hornets defense. They're playing well. They've given up some yards, but they're forcing St. Francis into long 3rd down situations, 4th down situations. Try to control as much as they can of this high-powered rushing offense.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Oltmer again cuts it back inside for another gain of about 2 or 3 down to the 15-yard line. That'll bring up another 3rd down for the Flyers.
Again, Hawthorne there. We've said his name a lot, and Dylan Hendricks also there. Both of those guys prolific in their tackling ability this year. Both of them coming in at 70 tackles apiece coming into this game.
So 3rd down and 5 for St. Francis. Hire and I back. They'll give to Hire, and he is hit in the backfield. Kyle Hawthorne. Hawthorne hits him and drops him for a loss.
You know, last time they blitzed, they lost gap integrity, and Ortmer picked up 6 yards. This time they blitzed, they maintain gap integrity, and they knock him down for a loss, and a big loss it is, creating a huge 4th down play right there.
Well, under a minute left in the half, you think that St. Francis, they got to dwindle down the clock. Timeouts on both sides are available. We got 3 timeouts remaining for St. Francis, 2 for Giltner, and I'd be scared if Giltner gets the ball back. They score pretty quick.
Yeah, they're as we talked about, Blake, the explosive scoring that they do. Anywhere on the field, they're a threat to go.
So 4th down and 8, they let it run down to 39, take the timeout, and they'll talk it over here on 4th down. Head coach Eric Kessler, in his 10th season, won a state championship back in 2009. Hey, I want to remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll have a chat about the Nebraska School Activities Association Girls Golf Tournament. Bud Dahlstrom will join us, also show you first half highlights, statistics. It's all coming up at halftime of this Class D2 state championship game between Giltner and St. Francis.
This St. Francis defense is being challenged right now. The most points they've given up all year, Adrian, was 14 points, and that was back in week 5 against Lions Northeast. This is a challenge for both teams. They're looking at a lot of talent on both sides. You don't get to the state championship without hardworking seniors talented players and a great coaching staff.
Absolutely. They're staying in the game. You know, they need something to happen maybe right here to kind of keep it interesting. But they've stayed in the game close enough that we have a whole nother half of football left to go.
So 4th down and 8. Weezer in the backfield along with Chad Heyer. Nate Clausen under center. Clausen fakes the give and rolls to his right under pressure. And dragged down. Once again, it's Hendricks with the sack.
Great pursuit by Giltner here. As you see Clausen looking down, no problem there, but excellent pursuit right there by the Hornets, swarming.
Ben Hendricks, yeah, great job of getting the quarterback down. Huge 4th down stop.
29 seconds to go. They go up top right away. Completion out to about the 35. Lead to Warner. They get Hastings on the completion.
Clock is ticking.
Inside 10 seconds. Looking downfield, goes across the middle to a wide open Hawthorne. Hawthorne angling for the sideline and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 23-yard gain down to the 23. So 3 seconds on the clock.
Tough to cover that route, coming from one zone into the other. Once he catches the ball, that's a great thing, a smart thing. Heads for the sideline. And with 3 seconds left to go, Giltner will have one more shot at it.
And a timeout called by head coach Jeff Ashby. So one last play for Giltner here before halftime, leading 22-8. And it's been that high-flying offense of the Hornets that has not disappointed here today.
That's right. I think you look for some playmakers here on this last play of the half. 3 seconds left. Who do you look at, Adrian? I think Kyle Hawthorne has had a phenomenal game so far at receiver. You got a big guy in Dustin Hastings, a 6'1" senior. They got options.
That would be my two choices also, Blake, on the play. But maybe they have some kind of special play put up for this. We'll see.
What was interesting there, Adrian, they have timeouts in the pocket, and they didn't use them there. I think that, you know, Giltner might have been trying to get into halftime, get down, make one more chance, but they could have an extra play if they would take that timeout. So they got one chance here, and you got a quarterback that I would put a lot of faith in here for Giltner. And St. Francis, just stay back, wait for the pass, and hopefully get that first pick.
23 yards to cover to the end zone. Giltner spread out all over.
So with 3 seconds to go, Jake Finley in the shotgun, Hendricks and Hawthorne to the right. Hastings to the left. Jeff Ashby looking over the defensive alignment and calls another timeout. So I wanted to see what the Flyers were going to show him, and another timeout called now by Ashby.
Final timeout.
So last timeout. This will be the last play of the first half.
Nope.
So they came in averaging 64 points per game. They put up 22 here in this first half of play. 477 total yards per game by Giltner, 217 to Humphrey St. Francis's 147 here in the first half.
You know, Adrian, you look at a 22-point first half and you say, that's pretty high score. But right now they're on pace to what? Put up 44 points. The season average for Giltner is 65 points.
Yeah, pretty phenomenal.
They're slowing them down over here, Larry. You see that? They're slowing them down.
Well, that was the plan of head coach Eric Kessler. Knew he couldn't stop them, but wanted to force them to throw underneath and show mixed coverages.
And the other thing, guys, is that Finley alone has accounted for 76 touchdowns, running and throwing.
So last play of the first half, Finley back to throw, going across the middle and touchdown! Wide open is Kyle Hawthorne on the last play of the first half.
Exactly what Giltner was trying to do, Blake and Larry, just get that ball in the end zone somehow. Receiver wide open on the play. See it again here. Finley doing a great job, great vision here. Watch this. Wow.
He's talented. Accurate throw. Great catch by the senior Kyle Hawthorne. That one was in the air for a while. And sometimes you get a little nervous as that ball's coming to you, but makes a great catch for the touchdown.
He's 6'2". He can see over everybody pretty easily. Wonderful touch on the football.
Clyer in the backfield. He will motion out. He looks for Clyer and finds him, and he got the toe down. Toe down on the line for the two-point conversion, and the Hornets have put up 30 points in the first half and a dagger to end the first half on a long 23-yard touchdown pass to Kyle Hawthorne.
Coverage the last two plays for the Flyers just broke down. And there you see the pass again into the end zone, and incredible stuff shown by the Giltner Hornets. Kind of what we expected, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of firepower on the field for both sides. Now, you got to give credit to Giltner's defense. They're stopping the St. Francis rushing attack, which is nothing to laugh at. They're averaging over 300 yards a game at St. Francis, and right now going into half, it looks like they got about 100 yards, so they're below their average so far. Great first half for both teams.
All right, let's go down to the field with John Bishop. John. Well, Coach, that's not the way you wanted to end the first half. So far, you've been able to control the football as you wanted to, but the whole pressure versus coverage argument right now, it's a tough one to answer.
Yeah, they're doing some nice things. We're maintaining the ball, but we haven't finished some drives, and you got to give them credit. They're making some plays offensively. They're not just making big plays, which we wanted to limit, but they're doing a good job of sustaining drives as well. So we got to get some stops and find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get back into it.
You guys have the physical advantage here, but it's kind of hard to leverage that when you're down 20 here at the half.
Yep, we will have to come up with a plan and get after it in the second half.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, John. And Coach Eric Kessler will head to the locker room and try to figure it out for the Flyers. We are at halftime of the D2 Championship. The Hornets, with a big touchdown on the last play of the first half, they lead it 30-8.
Get involved in high school activities. For fall championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state, and for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
A diesel-powered engine on a farm works hard and operates in a grueling environment. Soy biodiesel fuels stand up to the challenge of powering farm equipment, but are also renewable and environmentally responsible as well. The Nebraska Soybean Board is committed to encouraging the use of soy biodiesel to protect the environment and sustain Nebraska's agriculture. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Healthcare reform is bringing change. But one thing that won't change is our commitment to you.
We're Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
And you can count on us.
You can count on us to be there when you need us.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. We're here where you are, and we're working for you. By the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by Nebraska Child Find and the Early Development Network of the Greater Omaha area. These programs provide resources to parents concerning developmental milestones not consistent with peers their age. Information available at 888-806-6287. And back at Memorial Stadium on NET Sports, we're at halftime of the Class D2 State Championship game. The Giltner Hornets putting on an offensive show. They're on top of St. Francis 30-8 at the break. We are joined by Assistant NSAA Director Bud Dahlstrom. Bud, great to have you with us.
Nice to be here, Larry.
We're going to talk, let's talk some high school championships, and we'll talk specifically about girls golf, talk about locations and sites, and where was golf held this year?
Great. Yeah, we had our golf championship, of course, leads off the fall series. We have 3 classes in girls golf. Class A this year was held at Norfolk Country Club. Class B, for the first time since I think 1987, was here in Lincoln at Mahoney Golf Course. And Class C, for a number of years, and again this year, was held at Quail Run Golf Course in Columbus.
So Columbus, Norfolk, Lincoln, logistically for you, you're putting some miles on the car.
Well, we are, and of course we start planning this thing in August, and we treat each event as a separate event because we work with a different pool of volunteers. We have different rules officials and try to work with the golf course professionals and the superintendents to address what we need for each event, and the size of the fields are a little different. Class A and B is a little smaller. Class C has a lot of golfers, usually between 95 and 100 that qualify. So each event presents its own set of challenges, but we usually come out very well with that.
Time frame over the same time, same days, or you separated a little bit?
Exactly. October 8th and 9th this year. We try to have 2 18-hole rounds for the championship. Sometimes weather doesn't allow that in October in Nebraska. But this year we had good weather, great competition for all 3 classes. The wind was a little bit of an issue a couple days, but other than that, it went very well for us.
So let's take a look then at some of the champions or some of the results from the girls' state high school golf. Some of the highlights that you were able to see over these last few days. You see Norfolk winning Class A, Elkhorn South winning in Class B, and Grand Island Central Catholic in Class C.
Yeah, it was, as I said, a great 2 days, and we were very happy to see the schools that qualified do well and handle the pressure and deal with the conditions. So it was a great championship, I'm sure, for those 3 schools.
Yeah, one of your other responsibilities is marketing for the NSAA. So why don't you talk about some of the sponsorships and some of the exciting things you have going on at the NSAA?
Great. Yeah, I'm actually kind of the go-to guy as far as corporate sponsorships, and we are very lucky to have great corporate sponsors that are passionate about supporting high school programs in Nebraska. Of course, right at the top of the list is our premier corporate partner, U.S. Bank, who's been with us now for more than 15 years through thick and thin. U.S. Cellular is another supporting sponsor that's been with us for a number of years. Farmers Insurance is there to support us as well. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association came on board last year and is in their 2nd year and support one of our fine student award programs. And actually this year we're pleased to announce that the United States Air Force is a special military supporter of the Nebraska School Activities Association. So all these sponsors help us do a better job. We keep costs down for our member schools. It provides us with a solid, consistent revenue source. And we really have some programs that are keyed on each sponsor that allow us to feature student and school recognition and accomplishments through that.
A key part of what you do.
Absolutely. It's all about the students, and anything we can do in the corporate sponsorship area to enhance those programs and make things a little brighter for them is what we're trying to do.
I appreciate you joining us.
Hey, great to be here, Larry. Thanks very much.
That's Bud Dahlstrom with the NSAA. When we come back, we'll take a look at highlights and have some statistics. We are at halftime of the D2 Championship. Giltner and Humphrey St. Francis, the Hornets on top, 30-8.
You know, many years ago when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
I know he's not talking yet, but I know what he wants.
Do you think she should be walking by now?
Oh, he'll grow out of it. Won't he?
Delays in development can be tricky to spot, especially when you are so close to the ones you love. If you have concerns or just have questions about your child's development, the Early Development Network is here to help. The sooner you call, the sooner you can make a difference for your child. Call your local district or toll free for a free evaluation.
Power Drive Electric Car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies. Learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The Hornets on top of the Flyers 30-8 at halftime of the Class D2 Championship, along with Blake Lawrence, Adrian Fiala. I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you back with us here at Memorial Stadium. It's this Giltner offense. They have not disappointed, and that last one at the end of the half was just a dagger to the Flyers.
It really was. I don't know how the Humphrey's going to take it, but we'll find out. But Jacob Finley's got 226 yards total. Humphrey St. Francis has 147 as a team total, so that kind of tells the story right there.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. The Flyers did a nice job controlling the ball, running, but it's it just hasn't been enough.
No, you're right, and I think they went to the air here early, which was a good thing. Chad Heyer on the catch and right down to the 1 yard line, but yeah, they are struggling against this Giltner defense is playing very well up front.
I think Humphrey St. Francis, Larry, needs to maybe vary the offense a little bit more. I think they'll have a little more success. We saw when they did that, they had some success. Maybe vary up the plays.
Touchdown pass to Hastings. This long touchdown pass to Henricks for the touchdown. And then right before the half, the third touchdown pass for Finley.
Yeah, this is a very good, talented quarterback. He's a senior. He's leading the senior class to a 30-8 lead at halftime.
So here's a look at the halftime stats. You see the rushing yards led by the Flyers. Passing yards, it's been all Giltner, 240 to 147 in total yards, 18 of 23. And look at time of possession, guys.
That's the tale of the tape. Normally when you have the ball for 5 minutes, you're not scoring 30 points, but that's how high-powered this offense
Even
is.
in 8-man football, pretty tough.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the third quarter of the D2 State Championship. It's on the way, Giltner and St. Francis.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
The Great Plains in its moments is every bit as remarkable as the mountains or the seashore or the canyons, not just of this country, but of this world. This is a gift. It's our job to be good stewards and take care of it.
Great Plains, America's Lingering Wild, Sunday night at 8:30 Central on NET1 and NET HD.
The Nebraska School Activities Association wishes to thank the following sponsors for their support of the NSAA Championships. U.S. Bank, Farmers Insurance, U.S. Cellular, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, and the U.S. Air Force. Well, a terrific day for football here at Memorial Stadium. 50-plus degrees. You couldn't have asked for better weather, and Giltner is putting on a show offensively. Let's go down with the head coach and John Bishop.
Great way to end the first half, get that last score. How do you think your team's holding up physically with these guys? Because they are awful big.
They're big and they're physical, and we're in pretty well conditioned, so I think we're going to hold up okay. Got to get 4 quarters. We haven't had a lot of 4-quarter games except for these last couple, so I think we'll hold up okay.
How do you think the kids are going to respond here in the second half? Do you have to make any changes?
Not really making any changes. We just need to take this ball and get it in the end zone this first drive, right away, and just keep doing what we're doing.
All right, good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, John Bishop. Joined by Jeff Ashby, the head coach of the Giltner Hornets. It was Coach Ashby that really installed this offense for Giltner. He did it about 4 or 5 years ago when he went to a passing camp, and he actually met, you guys certainly know, former Dana Holgerson. Thank you.
Yeah.
Former Oklahoma State, now West Virginia coach, Oklahoma State coach. And Dana really was his mentor for a while. Talked with Dana a lot in installing this offense and stayed in touch with him. Since he became the coach at West Virginia, hasn't talked to him as much, but certainly early on. And you can see some of the principles in play here.
Well, he certainly learned from the right guy in terms of throwing the football, the type of offense to run. And like last year, Dana Holgerson's offense, were it not for one game, he was at Oklahoma State last year. They lost to Iowa State. Were it not for that game, OSU would have played in the national championship, BCS championship game. So Dana's a guy to learn from.
Yeah, not a bad guy to learn from at all. And I think that you can tell that he's taught a lot to his senior quarterback, Jake Finley. And what he's done in the first half is impressive all on its own. And you mentioned it, Adrian, that he's out gaining on his own the entire St. Francis team.
We are at halftime, 2 minutes away from the kick for the third quarter. It's 30-8, Hornets on top.
High school football is the heartbeat of communities across America. The game unifies and has had an enduring effect on the American society. Football coaches instill accountability, discipline, leadership, values, and a work ethic. High school football is a training ground for America's future. Support your team.
And that's what we're doing today at Memorial Stadium, the State High School Football Championships, all day today and tomorrow, the first of those right here in Class D2. The Giltner Hornets and St. Francis Flyers, and the Hornets on top, 30-8. St. Francis really needing an answer here. It will be Giltner getting the ball. They won the toss, deferred, so Giltner will get the ball to start this third quarter, which makes that last touchdown even more painful for the Flyers.
Jeff Ashby put his hand right on it when he said, we need to come out and put up a score right away. I dare say if they do that, Humphrey St. Francis is going to reel a little bit. So the defense, the pressure is on the Flyer defense to shut down this Hornet team here as we begin the third quarter. So we'll see how that unfolds.
Also keeping an eye on Jake Finley here in this second half. His last high school football game, he has 3 touchdowns throwing in the first half, 1 more, and he becomes the all-time career touchdown passing leader in the state of Nebraska, breaking the record that he currently now is tied with Nate Most of 108 total touchdowns in a career.
Phenomenal. I think this entire team came to play. It's great weather. It's great weather for passing. Now, I'd like to see how this matchup would play out if it wasn't sunny, if it wasn't 55 degrees, maybe even 60 degrees here, Adrian. It would be a little bit different in game, but Giltner has the perfect conditions for this type of offense. St. Francis, they're doing the things they can on the ground, but it's been a tale of one side, and that is Giltner's high-powered passing attack.
We all know what rain and wind will do to a passing game, and we're conditioned as such. Blake, might have evened up the score a little bit, but it's not what we have, and Humphrey St. Francis needs to maybe, like we talked about earlier, maybe vary up that offense a little bit, spread out that defense, and show something a little bit different than tackle attack.
Yeah, I can tell you that St. Francis at halftime was having a lot of their seniors step up. The Coach Ketzler stood in front of them and said, you have 24 minutes left to leave a legacy, to bring this program to where it needs to be. They've been here before. This is a team that is not afraid of the state championship game. They were state champions, back in 2009 for the St. Francis team. So they know how to win this game, but they're facing a very strong Giltner offense. And I'm telling you, Adrian, Thanksgiving dinner Thursday night. If Giltner pulls this out, they will be saying, I am thankful for good weather, no rain, and no cold, snowy footballs.
See how this all unfolds here. We're about to begin the third quarter. 12 minutes of football, plus 12 in the fourth. 24 minutes to see what happens, guys.
So Chase Wimhoff to kick it off. Wimhoff with the left foot into the end zone for the touchback. So Giltner will have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line, and we'll get a look at Jake Finley to start this third quarter. Of course, this kind of offense, nothing new to Giltner. Nate Most ran this offense and set records, state records that now Jake Finley is breaking. Nate Most currently the quarterback at Wayne State in his junior year. Most set an 8-man record when he was in this offense with nearly 8,000 passing yards. And right out of the halftime locker room, quick toss out to Hawthorne. Hawthorne with a 12-yard gain and enough for a first down.
Just the way the game started, same way, same play.
They're going to be looking to the edge quite a bit here. And Adrian, you mentioned earlier in the game the splits by this offensive line. That's got to just throw this defense for a loop because you look like you can get in there, but this offensive line, which is led by the senior Dylan Gardner, they're stopping Humphrey's pass rush.
Hawthorne, Heyer, and Hendricks off to the right. Hawthorne that pulls it in. Good defensive play by Jake Warner. Warner stops it after a 3-yard gain.
And again, Kyle Hawthorne. How many times have we said his name today? It has been a bunch, but Kyle Hawthorne on the block out there on the bubble, on the screen, gets the defender out of the way and allows a short gain.
2nd down and 7. And just through the hands of Kyle Hawthorne.
And you know, Blake, the other thing about that offensive line, they know that they only have to be there for a split second.
Right.
Because the ball's going out.
It's going
away.
fast, yes.
Yeah, so it's really tough to either block a pass, get a sack, which they have not done, by the way. I don't know how many attempts he has here today. We'll figure that out in a moment. But in
26 attempts on the
26
day.
attempts, no sacks today. No sacks at all year on 312 attempts, which
that's not.
No sacks, no interceptions.
It's like the pipeline's blocking for him up there.
That's right. Quick toss out to the left, slips a tackle. Quick spin move, and Dustin Hastings. Did the ball come out? The ball did come out. Was he down? So they'll mark it out near midfield. It looks like they will say he was down before the ball came out.
Sticks are going the other way. Pretty good indication.
So 1st down on the toss out to Dustin Hastings. One more look here.
Man, it's tough to be out there on the corner and just have that one-on-one tackle.
Ooh. Guys, you see that?
Was it?
He might have blown it dead. Maybe.
Watch this.
Ooh.
Ball's out.
Pull the challenge flag. Throw it out there.
Clyer with the carry there, a gain of maybe 1. Now they're going to say no gain on the play.
Mike Stoops would be going crazy right now.
Well, you know, right now, Adrian, you got to talk about if Giltner scores on this possession, that'll be a play they talk about for a long time at St. Francis, and that's not what you want to see, but it happens.
So trips to the left, the toss goes out once again to Hastings. Hastings dips through a couple of tackles for a short gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 8. Let's go down to the field to John Bishop.
Guys, replay certainly showed that the ball came out before the runner was down. The difference was, though, the official on the far side had blown his whistle, and that was the explanation that they gave to Coach Kessler. The play had been blown dead.
Happened right there in front of Coach Kessler on his sideline as well. Thanks, JB. 3rd down and 7. Finley, quick toss. Misconnection with his receiver, Dustin Hastings.
Well, you would say that that's a great stop by this St. Francis defense, but Giltner, they've shown they can go for it on 4th down and get it. So far, they're 2 for 2 on the day, facing 4th down, and they got a 4th and what, 8 yards, 7 yards here.
So Jake Finley on 4th down and 7 is about 2 yards deeper than he normally would be, maybe kicking away. And we have a flag on the play. So this will probably back them up another 5 yards. Movement early by that.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Adrian, I got a stat for you right here.
Fire away.
Jake Finley, he's the punter for this team. He's punted 6 times this year. That's a sign of a dominant offense. They can go for it when they need to, and when they punt, he's not a bad one to watch. So let's see what he does here.
So on 4th and 12, he kicks it away. Good kick, taken at about the 12-yard line. Suits is wrapped up and dropped down by Ryan Klyer.
Good job on defense there. You just see Dustin Hastings coming off the field. Great one-on-one tackle.
Well, NET is your ticket to exciting sports action right in your living room. Help us deliver inspiring sports programming by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. Your contribution helps to ensure that your favorite sports programs continue for years to come, and you'll receive some great thank you gifts with NET's appreciation for your gift. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners and become a member today.
A stop by St. Francis sets up what they wanted to be at, which is they're down 22, but they have the ball. They made a great stop of Giltner. Now they got about 50, 60 yards to go.
Toss out to Chad Heyer, dips inside. Heyer with some room. Out past the 20 to about the 22-yard line on the gain by Chad Heyer.
Weiser that time on the block to the outside. See it right there. Good cutback right to the middle, but just, what do we got? About a 4-yard gain on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 6. Altmer now takes the handoff in the backfield. Crashing hard from that defensive end spot.
Dylan Hendricks.
Making the play is Dylan Hendricks.
He dove in there like Superman right there. That was a great job on the outside. And like you said, Adrian, they keep sneaking him up there from the outside. It leaves an opportunity if St. Francis can to get to the outside, get to the edge. And they face another 3rd and 4 on the day. So far, you're looking at a 5 for 9 on 3rd down conversions for the St. Francis offense.
Ortmer in the backfield. They fake the give to Ortmer. Rolling out, toss across, and incomplete. We were looking at Sam Zock in there at quarterback. Sam Zock in for Nate Clausen at quarterback for the Flyers, who was incomplete on that toss.
A little behind, a little bit up, a little bit out. Very tough catch to make. But they're going to go here.
So 4th down and 4. Eisenmenger, number 44, is their punter, and now he'll drop back. Eisenmenger gets it away well over the head of Kyle Hawthorne. Rolls down near the 10-yard line and out of bounds at the 11. So that's where the Hornets will have it. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. So you wonder if that quarterback change, guys, came because maybe Sam Zock a little better through the air.
Well, I noticed on that last play that St. Francis ran, Clausen was on his knees behind the play. Maybe John can check that out for us, but it looked like he might have got dinged just a little bit.
And Zock is now in there defensively as well, so we'll check on Nate Clausen, the senior quarterback. Toss goes outside.
Caleb Suits making a little position switch out on the corner spot right there. And good job of forcing him out of bounds. Now this Giltner offense, time and time again, 5 yards at a time, they're driving down. These outside swing passes, they're just tough to stop.
I just checked the sidelines over there. Clausen, Nate Clausen is on the sideline standing up. He looks to be okay.
Well, looking downfield is Finley under pressure. Across his body, out past the 30 to the 35-yard line. Complete on the play.
Ryan Klyer, excuse me, Larry, I'm sorry. Klyer working his way over to the right side to the middle. Great poise right there by Finley to find him, complete the pass, and not only that, pick up the first down.
Gain of 18 on the play. 35-yard line, first down and 10. Finley overthrows Clyer.
He creates plays. That's one thing Jake Finley does do, is he creates plays. Look at that one. He buys time in the pocket, overthrows him a little bit, but he does a lot for this offense, running, scrambling, throwing. And the play before that, Adrian, I'm going to ask you this question because I know, well, you can see here, great job by the offensive line right here. You're looking at some guys with Ben Hendricks and Garrett Popp, and these guys are working their tail off today.
You bet. Dylan Gardner up there.
Second down and 10. He'll pull it down. And drugged down is Jake Finley. Stop made by Eisenmenger. Corbin Eisenmenger. 95 tackles on the year.
It's a rare blitz by St. Francis defense, and it paid off here. Right around the edge. Forced Jake to move quicker than he wanted to and stopped him for a short gain.
So third down and 9. Trips right for the Hornets. Toss out to Hawthorne. Hawthorne out near the 45. Looks like he'll be about a yard shy of the first down. That'll bring up fourth down and 1. Let's go down to the field to John Bishop. John.
Well, guys, Nate Clausen hasn't had any of the trainers looking over him. He's been kind of stretching out his shoulder a little bit a couple of times, kind of rotating his head. Maybe he got his neck stung just a little bit, but he doesn't appear to be too worse for wear. They may just be giving him a break. We'll see on the next offensive series.
Fourth down and 1. Hornets will go for it. And incomplete. And once again, the Flyers have held. So back-to-back possessions. The Flyers have stopped this Hornet offense.
Really surprised at that play, Blake. You know, you're going for the long one down the sideline. He had the slant guy open in the middle coming across, not able to pick him up right away. He might have been blocked out in terms of the vision. So we do have, as you talked about, Sam Zock, Larry, in a quarterback still.
Zock in their quarterback. It's Ortmer at the I-back spot. And the give is to Ortmer, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped. Once again, it's Hendricks.
Ben Hendricks is he's playing well. He's only a sophomore. This guy's he's 5'9", 160, getting on the edge here, making plays all day. That's the blitz. Adrian, they're doing the blitz again. They're doing it. It's got to open up something for the St. Francis offense to get downfield.
Certainly would think so, Blake, and let's see if the Flyers can pick it up.
Zock drops back. Out of the flat, but hit immediately and tackled by Hawthorne for no gain.
Very quickly, Sam Zock on the year coming in. 12 of 15 passing, 188 yards, 6 touchdowns. And quick out over there to the receiver, and the Hawthorne, once again, Kyle Hawthorne. You've heard it a bunch.
Third down and 8 for the Flyers. Zock back to throw again under pressure. Little dump. He's got blockers out in front. Here's Oatmer inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line.
That's a little something different, Adrian. That's a little something different.
Great call, Blake. Great. It's probably what they needed to be doing from time to time all through this ball game. As you see, Zock look him off right, come back with a screen, and he's just about that far from breaking it loose.
18-yard gain on the run by Oatmer. And now the toss back to Oatmer again. Blockers out in front. Down to the 15. Gain of 8 yards brings up 2nd and 2. And the Flyers, after 2 big defensive stops, are driving.
He doesn't go down easy, that's for sure. Then you got to give a lot of credit to Sam Zock. He comes in at quarterback in relief of Clausen here, and he's getting out. He's blocking. He's throwing the ball. He's leading this offense down the field.
See if he can put him in the end zone here. They're 15 yards away.
Heyer now in there running back. Heyer gets the toss. He dips underneath the tackle inside the 10-yard line, and another first down. First down and goal for the Flyers.
Right now, Humphrey St. Francis feeling good about the situation. Did you see the block by Michael McPhillips right there, 43? Cleaned out the hole. Terrific block. McPhillips, senior, 5'11", 220.
J.J. Oltmer now back in, the 5'9", 185 sophomore. Iron in front of him, gets a block. Oltmer follows the block inside the 5. Bring up second down and goal from the 4-yard line.
Oltmer just continues to head north and south, in this case, north. Not much for dancing.
No, he's
not. Not
not.
much for dancing at all. J.J. Oltmer, sophomore, 5'9", 185.
Now Higher back in there at the I-back. Weezer in front of him. He'll follow Weezer up into the hole. He's hit at the 3 by a couple of tacklers, including safety Dustin Hastings, along with that guy, Kyle Hawthorne.
You know, Adrian, you look at these goal line stands and you see Giltner just getting right in there, making the tackle, gang tackle. They're going to do this on the goal line, and you talk about goal line stands in a state championship game. How long does this play live in infamy for one side or the other?
So third down and goal from the 2. Give Oltmer in there for the touchdown. J.J. Oltmer goes in from 2 yards out, and the Flyers back on the board here in the second half.
And you got 2 seniors like Michael McPhillips and Corbin Eisenmenger, 2 seniors up over 200 pounds. Watch that middle right there, just cleaning up everything. 43 is McPhillips. Eisenmenger is number 30. Terrific work, and throw in John Weiser on the left side also.
Now the 2-point try for the Flyers. Sock rolls to his right under pressure, and Sock had to get rid of it early. The pressure once again provided by Hawthorne.
You know, Zock doesn't get to play there, but he made that drive happen. He kept the play alive on some screen passes, did some great lead blocking on the toss plays. That's a great job of filling in for the quarterback, Nate Clausen, who's out.
8 plays, 44 yards, 3 minutes, 34 seconds to put it in the zone.
So back to within 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. Let's go down to the field with John Bishop. John.
You know, guys, if it weren't for that last touchdown of the first half, you would think Humphrey St. Francis almost has them where they want them, you know, controlling the ball as they have throughout the game. But, you know, as I'm watching these teams warm up before the game, watch them come out on the field on introductions, there's no question which team has the size advantage. There's some big physical players, especially at the skill position for Humphrey St. Francis. And just watching Giltner come off the field now for that last drive, they may be starting to wear into him a little bit. So let's see how they respond on this next offensive series, having gone without a score these last 2 drives.
And the other thing, John, is they showed a little variety on offense here in the second half, and I think that helps their cause a great deal. So a little bit of spark. Let's see if that defense will pick it up and get that ball back for their offense.
Hawthorne and Hendricks are deep for Giltner. Kicked away by Wimhoff and through the end zone by Chase Wimhoff. So a lot of these guys, a lot of these players, guys, are playing 2 ways, and John's point well taken. As you get worn out on one side of the ball, it affects the way you perform on the other side of the ball.
It does, and you can see that Giltner's taking the field right now. They know they're ahead by a couple touchdowns, but St. Francis, they got a little bit of a momentum here. They got a little swag. 2 stops in a row for this defense of St. Francis, and that doesn't happen much with Giltner.
Hendricks and Clyer on the backfield. Both motion out, flag on the play. The completion goes to Hawthorne, but this is coming back. Illegal motion called on the Hornets. 2 men both motioned out prior to the snap.
Yeah, that negates a great catch by Kyle Hawthorne. That's a fingertip catch by the receiver, and he's all over the field today. Once again, though, Adrian, we talked about it earlier in the game. It was about the penalties.
Illegal shift on the offense.
Been kind of their bane most of the year.
Still first down.
Right off the turf top by Hawthorne. Plays great defense, plays great offense, blocks very well.
Runs a 4.5
They'll take that too.
Adrian will catch him.
All the tools.
Blazing speed.
So 1st and 15 now for Giltner. And the incomplete pass intended for Dustin Hastings.
Adrian, that's a crossing pattern, which, you know, sitting in the middle, you got to pick one side or another. And so far, St. Francis, they haven't had to deal with too many of those crossing patterns. Ball slips through. It was a pretty good play call by Giltner.
Tough to cover as a linebacker. As you know, Blake, it's a crossing pattern, very, very difficult to cover.
Finley fires it out. Caught Hastings complete this time for a short gain of about 3 yards. That'll make it 8. It was 2nd and 15, so 3rd down and 6 now. Finley under pressure. Tosses it across the middle, caught by Hawthorne. Hawthorne out near midfield, breaks a couple of tackles, and Hawthorne with another big gain and a 1st down for Giltner. 21-yard gain by Kyle Hawthorne.
Good job of Finley to avoid, watch this here. Pressure coming, he avoids that right there. Hawthorne's caught in traffic over on the right-hand side. He busts loose from all those blue shirts on the right side of your screen, gets free, helps his quarterback, makes the catch, and gets the ball to midfield.
Clyer now in the backfield with Finley. Well run option to the right, kept by Finley.
You know what I would do if I was Giltner's head coach right there, Jeff Ashby? I'd say, don't take any big hits, Jake. I'll tell you that he doesn't get hit very often. He doesn't get sacked. He doesn't run the ball, and when he does, he's usually scoring. So, yeah, just stay healthy and lead this Giltner team in the second half.
Corbin Eisenmenger on the tackle for the short gain. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Open over the middle is Clyer, and just over the hands of Ryan Clyer. Incomplete, 3rd down.
I think Sam Zock was salivating a little bit, hoping that ball was caught. Coming from the safety position, was ready to hit the receiver, probably dislodged the ball, but dropped there, brings up a 3rd and 8.
Pulls it down, takes it up the middle. Slips one tackle and up for a 1st down. A nice gain by Jake Finley, pulling it down and running for the 1st down.
Not blazing speed, not terribly flashy, but effective, and that's what you want. Finley going up, and that defender right there, that was Weezer, I believe. John Weezer had him thinking he's coming his way, but went to the right side instead, picked up that 1st down. Big 1st down.
13 yards on the gain by Finley. Finley keeps it himself and steps out of bounds inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line.
Last time he ran that play, he had the whole defense biting up on the play action going the other way. That was the play he scored the touchdown on. This time they all stayed home, did their job, fulfilled their responsibility, still picked up good yardage on the play, 6 yards on the play.
2nd down and 4. Across the middle, caught by Hendricks. Hendricks diving toward the end zone and touchdown. Great 2nd effort by Ben Hendricks.
That's exactly what it is. It's a 2nd effort. That's a state championship effort by the offense. Finley patient in the pocket, a lot of time, right over top the linebacker, and then look at this. Was that ball coming out, Adrian?
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Was it? Yeah, he picked it up.
It's almost like a Penn State call.
Now on the option, tosses out to Clyer. Clyer nowhere to go. He'll be forced out. So 36-14 Hornets. After the touchdown, on the toss from Jake Finley to Ben Hendricks.
Larry and Blake, that was a big touchdown right there.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to end the quarter with the score 36-14, 12 minutes left, and going to be very, very difficult for the Flyers to get her back. They need to make some things happen. They need to take some risks, as we said at the outset. And but that was a big touch.
It was. And you look at this team, Humphrey St. Francis had scored. They'd stopped Giltner twice. They had the momentum, and then Giltner just goes down the field methodically.
And that man, Jake Finley, has now set the all-time Nebraska career touchdown record. 109, breaking the record of Nate Most, who also played for Giltner.
80 touchdown passes this year to go with no interceptions, to go with no sacks. I want to watch all their film. See how they
right.
That is amazing. Tremendous tribute to Jacob Finley and his coach, Jeff Ashby, and all the other coaches on the staff to work with him. In addition to their receivers, as we've seen Kyle Hawthorne and Dustin Hastings time after time after time come up with big catches.
Dylan Gardner kicks it away, taken at about the 9-yard line by Heyer. Heyer still on his feet, breaks one tackle and another one, slips through another and out near midfield on a nice return by Chad Heyer.
There you go. That's what they need. They need something like that. This is a team, St. Francis, they got about 40 seconds left in this third quarter. They got the whole fourth quarter. They got to have some things go their way. I'm talking turnovers, special teams plays, just big hits, long scoring drive, or long, quick scoring drives to make up this 22-point difference right now.
Back in at quarterback is Nate Clausen. A 29-yard return for Heyer. Clausen dumps it off on the screen pass to Oltmer. Oltmer with some room and blockers in front. Oltmer breaks another tackle. Oltmer spins out of the final tackle and touchdown. 14 seconds to get back on the clock. Flyers with the touchdown.
That was good.
That was very good. Look at the sidelines for St. Francis. The crowd's going crazy. Great play set up. You talked about doing something different, Adrian. What was so different about that?
Screen pass, let the defense run themselves out of it. And now, just a great job by Oltmer to set it all up after he gets into traffic. That is a terrific, terrific run by J.J. Oltmer.
Well, boy, I tell you, he keeps playing like this. He's got 2 more years left for this St. Francis team. They got to be proud of him, and they're back in it after that.
He knows how to run at over 1,500 yards on the year.
Clausen rolling out, now back across, and just overthrows Chad Heyer. So a 41-yard touchdown reception and run by J.J. Oltmer. And now still 33 seconds to go here in this third quarter. And plenty of time for the Hornets. Here's one more look.
Watch Oltmer here, just setting things up, taking it easy. I love to see that. I love to see a running back take his time, let his blocker set up, and then go. Good spin move right there, ran right out of a tackle. J.J. Oltmer, 5'9", 185, and just a sophomore, guys.
You know, when you come into this stadium as a high school player in the state of Nebraska, you know a lot is on the line. And both teams are just putting it all out there. I love it. I love to see a young kid come in there, look at the crowd, get them pumped up. The whole sideline's pumped up. Like I said, Adrian, this is a momentum game. This is something that St. Francis really hasn't had too much of it. But the second half, I would say Humphrey St. Francis, they made the right adjustments at halftime, and they're doing the right things.
You bet. A little variation in that offense, and we saw a little bit of that on that last drive. So continue to do that. Now, pressure on the defense. Come up with the ball.
So Hawthorne and Hendricks back deep, but over their head goes Chase Wimhoff once again, kicks it out of the end zone.
Now, Adrian, this is a challenge right here for Coach Ashby. He's got to look at this team and say, okay, we're up. We're about to go into the fourth quarter. We're up by a couple touchdowns. We know how to throw the ball and get down the field. But what is the risk there? Turnovers, incompletion, stopping the clock. So this Giltner offense, they've got to make a decision. Are they going to continue to score, or are they going to control the clock?
That is the question. Again, and we're going to see the passing game continue to flow right here.
Pulled down, and a nice run by Finley. Out past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
As a defense, it fits in with what you want. You want a team that throws the football. But they've been doing that all day and doing it very, very effectively. And St. Francis has had trouble stopping it, obviously. So if they can, again, like you've seen it in football, Larry, you've seen it in football. Sometimes you just got to take a chance. You got to take a chance to make a big play.
So the clock runs out on the third quarter. The big touchdown by the Flyers puts them back to within 2 possessions, 36-20. Hornets on top of the Flyers. We head to the fourth.
America's export of soybeans helps the U.S. maintain a positive agricultural trade balance. Nebraska contributes half of its soybeans for export. The protein and oil content in soybeans enhance the growing demand for higher protein diets. The Nebraska Soybean Board promotes research to develop new soybean varieties with higher protein and oil content for major agricultural markets. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Back at Memorial Stadium, the Class D2 state championship game, 36-20. Hornets on top of the Flyers. Hey, earlier we asked you our Class D2 trivia question. What school holds the NSAA D2 record for the most rushing yards in an NSAA playoff game? The answer, Falls City Sacred Heart. Did it back in 1994. Rolled up 580 yards on Beamer, and Kevin Webben of Lincoln knew the correct answer, so congratulations to Kevin. We'll be sending you that NET mug and NET Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt.
That's what I'm talking about right there, Adrian. They go to the pass in the fourth quarter, ahead by 16 points, still going to the air, and the clock stops.
That's probably the most critical element of the whole thing right there. Like, you're in a position now where you got to grind clock. And when you throw that pass, it's incomplete, it stops, and it gives that opponent a bit of an advantage in a lot of ways.
Direct snap taken this time by Hawthorne, and Hawthorne drugged down from behind.
That's close.
Very close to a first down to the 25.
Yeah, they're going to measure it.
I think he has it.
There you go.
And they give it to him. Yeah. So the first down on the direct snap to Kyle Hawthorne. Keeps the drive alive for the Hornets.
Well, if I'm voting MVP, I mean, you got to, of course, look at Finley, but Hawthorne's right up there with him. Played a complete and total game.
Especially what he's doing on defense.
Oh, everything. Yeah, offense, defense, blocking, all of it.
First and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Finley out to Hawthorne. Great grab, back across the field. Boy, Hawthorne, nice run after the catch. Out to the 32. Let's go down to the field to John Bishop.
You know, guys, Blake, you were talking about getting turnovers, and maybe this fatigue could wear into maybe getting a turnover or two. Here's the problem, though. Not only has Finley not thrown an interception this year, this Hornet team has only lost 5 fumbles all season, so they're not giving anything up right now. If Humphrey St. Francis is going to get a turnover, they're going to have to work hard for it.
Okay, we got to check the air in the ball now. I've heard enough.
These guys don't do anything wrong.
Holy cow.
Finley back again. Finds Clyer, incomplete.
There you go. Now it brings up a third down. Now you know, John brings up the whole point of turnovers. This St. Francis defense, they're not playing many teams that throw the ball, but they only have 4 picks on the year. So if it was going to come today, it needs to come now for the St. Francis defense to get some momentum going. But this guy, Jake Finley, he does not turn it over.
Flyers needing a big stop, down by 2 touchdowns. 3rd down and 3. 36-20. Hornets on top, and a timeout called by Giltner.
They had a special formation there. You could see that Jake Finley was out at receiver. You had Hawthorne in at running back. I think that's something you'll see in this fourth quarter when they're going to run the ball. Let's get Kyle Hawthorne, who's a powerful runner. He's not a big guy. You know, we're talking about an MVP type candidate. He's 5'7", 150. But he has a lot of heart, and that's what it takes to be a senior in the state championship game for this team, Giltner. They've come a long way as a senior class, and they're only 10 minutes and 43 seconds away from hoisting it. But right now, this is a big, big play for both teams.
Indeed it is, and they have the running back, Quire, back there set in the backfield with Hawthorne ready to take direct snap, and kind of a wildcat set up, and see if it goes.
Hey, go to our NET Facebook page now and send us your comments. Your posts could be seen live on the air. Log on to facebook.com/NET Sports and join in on the NET Sports telecast. You've been seeing some of your Facebook posts on the bottom of the screen throughout the game. Your opportunity to get involved as well. Quick toss outside. Nice catch by Hastings and enough for a first down. So good timeout. And out of the timeout, Coach Ashby draws up the Findlay.
That's tough. Hastings. Adrian, that's something you look at, you look back on film and you say, could St. Francis, could they scoot up? Could they stop a 5-yard pass? That's what they have to do, because I don't think that Giltner's going to try and go over the top of them for the rest of the day.
They have not run a hitch all day.
Right.
Stop and go.
Yeah, exactly.
And, when that back, in this case, Nate Clausen sees him stop and just turn back towards the quarterback.
Findlay again finds Hastings. Great grab. Hastings still on his feet inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line of the Flyers. Great run after the catch by Dustin Hastings, a gain of 18 yards.
So when he just finished that thought, here again, Findlay's going to find Hastings in traffic. Excellent running after he catches the football. You want a back or a receiver like that, yards after catch.
11 catches on the day for Hastings.
Wow.
He's shown up as well.
What's his yardage?
87 yards on the day.
First down and 10 from the 25 inside, 10 minutes to go in the game. Flyers down by 2 touchdowns, need a stop here against the Hornets. Just through the hands of Hastings.
That might be what it's going to take, Adrian. It might be a tip ball, something that sneaks out of the hands of a receiver for St. Francis, because Jake Finley, he normally has a ball right on the money.
And you're right. I mean, the defense needs to come up with a play of some sort. Fumble recovery, interception, whatever it may be. Snag one out of the air on a pitch or something, but they need to come up with a play, because time's wasted right now. 9:51. Clock is now stopped, but that's what's left here for them to make up 16 points.
Second down and 10. The pump fake. Go down the field looking for Hastings and just overthrown.
Just when we talk about they haven't run a hitch,
right.
There it is.
There it is.
Amazing. There you see Dustin Hastings coming back. He tried to get that back to the corner to come up. Didn't quite bite on all of it. Then he took off and went. That's when we talk about the hitch route. That's what you're talking about there. The receiver comes down, does a little in route, out route, and then hitch and go.
Another time the ball thrown incomplete, stops the clock.
So third down and 10. Across the middle, wide open. Hastings pulls it in. Hit hard, bounces, and then on a second effort, enough for a first down inside the 15-yard line.
He's getting up slow here, but man, huge second effort. I think he might have hurt his shoulder on the play or something like that, but look how close this is to being a stop and a fourth down. But this second, stays on his feet, gets the extra yard. First down for Giltner. Great catch. High in the air, go up and get it across the middle. It's a brave soul right there, Adrian.
Yeah, right.
Good hit by Heyer, trying to jar that ball loose. Suits Zock out there. Well, with Clausen to give up the middle. It's a Clier with the carry.
You know, Adrian, when we talk about Nebraska football and talk about the Cornhuskers, we talk about the third downs and how that's such a momentum play. And you look at the third downs right now for this Giltner offense, they're 9 of 13 on third down today. And that's the chance for that defense to get off the field, and Giltner, time and time again, they get exactly what they need. Right there, they got it by about a foot. And down here they got it by about a foot. So this is a team that's driving well. This isn't one of their fastest scoring drives, Larry. You know that.
Right.
But they're taking the time off the clock, which is what they need to do.
Mentioned earlier, 40 seconds per scoring drive for the Hornets on the season. They average a score every 40 seconds. Flag on the play.
Well, this one's going to make it easier.
Oh, timeout.
Giltner bunch.
So no flag, but a timeout called by Giltner head coach Jeff Ashby.
Giltner, their second charge timeout.
So with 8:33 to go, they'll talk it over on 2nd down and 6. Well, 2 days of nothing but state high school football action here at Memorial Stadium. It began this morning with this game, Class D2, Giltner and Humphrey St. Francis. 2 more games yet to come your way today. Following this game, 2:30 this afternoon, Exeter Milligan will take on Elgin Public and Elgin Pope John, the combination, the co-op between those 2 schools. Then tonight at 7 o'clock, the Class A championship, Millard and Omaha North will battle. Millard North, Omaha North for the Class A title. That's a rematch from earlier this season in a tight game won by Millard North. Then tomorrow, Sutton and Aquinas kick it off at 10 a.m. Norfolk Catholic goes for its 3rd straight state title against Boone Central Newman Grove. And tomorrow night, wrapping it up in Class B, a couple of teams who haven't won state titles in a long time. Omaha Gross and Norris. Should be a good one to wrap things up tomorrow night in Class B.
Lots of great quality competition in that lineup. Do yourself a favor, tune it in. You'll see some great football. Support high school football here in Nebraska.
2nd down and 6. Out of the backfield, the catch by Hendricks, and Hendricks hit hard by John Weezer.
What a play. I mean, these guys are playing to the end. There's 8 minutes left. This is a lot of time on the clock. Obviously, they're back on their own 15-yard line. St. Francis has to make plays like that. They have to tackle in space. And you got number 45, John Weezer, senior, not giving up. He's leading the team in tackles this year, playing to the last second.
One of those all-state players on this Flyers squad is John Weezer. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 5. The Flyers need to get off the field defensively. Finley across the middle, caught and touchdown, Dustin Hastings.
That kid has been golden today, guys. Both of them. Yeah, amazing.
I don't think he is nursing that shoulder.
Well, he was out for 2 weeks earlier this year with a shoulder injury, so might have re-dinged it a bit.
Right, as I like to say, right into his mailbox.
Right now, I was wondering what that term was, Adrian. I wanted to hear it today.
You got it, Blake.
2-point conversion, tipped at the line, incomplete. So the Hornets on the board once again. The touchdown pass to Hastings makes it 42-20.
We talk about this talented quarterback, Jake Finley, for the Giltner offense, but you also got to talk about the guys up front who are giving him all day to throw it. Now, this is not a foolish defensive line for St. Francis. They're led by a couple guys that got, 5 or 6 sacks apiece, and they have not gotten the backfield. Jake Finley, he is relaxed, poised, and Dylan Gardner, shout out to Dylan Gardner at center. You got Garrett Poppin, Justin Joyce is sneaking in there at offensive line, Ben Hendricks protecting all day for this offense.
You see the drive there, 13 plays, 65 yards, chewing up a little more than 4 minutes of clock. Hey, if you'd like a DVD of this game or any of the NSAA football or even volleyball championships from last weekend, just go to natnebraska.org. You can also give us a call at 800-868-1868. Order your DVD for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Be sure to specify the year, the sport, the school, and the class when you're ordering by phone. It is a lasting memory for the entire family. Makes a great holiday gift, too. So order right now your DVD of these state championships. Squib kick this time, taken at the 5, and once again brought back by Heyer out near midfield. Out near the 30-yard line, 29. Another good return by Chad Heyer.
For Giltner, 13 plays, 65 yards. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, guys. So
it's a long drive.
Long drive, good scoring drive. Really, pretty much put them
in the driver's
totally in control of this game.
That's right.
So after the 23-yard return by Heyer, it's 1st and 10 from right at the 30-yard line. Heyer in the backfield. Clausen at quarterback. He will roll to his right, look downfield, and just overthrows the intended receiver, Jake Warner. Had Weezer open downfield.
Boy, he did, Larry. That was the first thing I saw. I looked deep immediately, saw Weezer had about two steps on the back there, had his arm up in the air, but just Clausen could not find him, could not pick him up.
This is a rematch, St. Francis and Giltner, of the quarterfinal playoff game from last year, which was won by Giltner 36-26. In that game, the Flyers set a school record throwing for 279 yards and 18 completions. And you talk to Coach Kessler, he says that's why we lost. We don't want to throw the ball. We don't want to have to throw the ball. And here again, put in a position with 7:30 left that they have to go up top.
Yeah, that's tough. When you look at a team like St. Francis, all year they have not had to come from behind. That means they're just comfortable running the ball, have not been in a situation like this. You know, good tackle on the outside. Just Giltner defense continues to stop them. 3rd down once again. And, hey, you say that St. Francis are 7 for 12. They're a little over 50% on 3rd down so far today. But this is 4th down type ball game right here. They got 7 minutes left. Clock is ticking. And I don't know if we'll see too many downfield passes, but they got to do something.
3rd down and 5. The toss back to Heyer. Enough for the 1st down. One shoestring tackle away from making that a big gain. But into Hornet territory.
Just took a look at what Clausen and Zock have done on the year as far as throwing the football as we watch play unfold right here. Clyer taking it up inside. But Clausen and Zock together, when you add their attempts, 42 attempts all year. 42 attempts, passing attempts all year. So it's tough to really try to muster a passing offense when you really need it at this point.
Give to Heyer again. Heyer, big opening and another big gain of about 9 or 10 yards for Chad Heyer. Heyer was at halfback or I-back to start the season for the Flyers. An injury to Casey Wegner, torn ACL. Forced J.J. Oltmer back at the I-back spot, moved Heyer into that fullback, so that's why you're seeing Heyer flip back and forth between the I-back and fullback spot. Tried a little screen, dump out there to Foltz, incomplete.
Giltner, they dialed up a blitz there. They were coming hot into the backfield. That's a good situation for St. Francis to be in if they can drop it over their head and into the hands of the running back, but he's in the face too quick.
It's Ben Hendricks right there in the quarterback's face. Not only disrupting the play, but he gave him a little toss to the ground, too.
Oltmer back in at I-back. He'll get the carry. Oltmer up inside, enough for the 1st down on 3rd and short, down to the 25-yard line.
But they continue to burn precious time. They'll move the sticks, fire the clock. Just continue to burn precious time here, and they can't afford to do that.
This is a bend but don't break defense for Giltner. These guys, I mean, they're giving up 18 points on the year. St. Francis only giving up 8, but they do a good job of controlling the ball at the line of scrimmage.
Lawson rolls out, looks downfield, throws toward the end zone. Nearly a one-handed grab by Warner. Great throw by Clausen on the spot.
He was calling for it, had the separation. Look at this. Almost has it. Great placement on the pass, right where it needed to be. Tough one to pull in, though. That's a tough one. And you say they're not in this situation enough.
Yeah, coming into this game, Warner had 8 receptions on the year.
Right.
8 on the year. So
5 of those are touchdowns, though.
Yeah,
you give them that pretty good
I'll
percentage.
take that any day of the week.
The old Tom Banderas numbers, isn't it?
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Great one-handed grab that time by Jake Warner. He pulls it in. A gain of about 4.
Clausen setting up here.
Great catch.
Yeah, great concentration. There's a hand in your face, or close to it, and then a hand on your arm, and you make the grab. Terrific work.
A couple of tight ends that all they did was catch touchdowns. Todd Frame,
Matt Harrion,
right,
and Tracy Wistrom at times.
Up the middle.
Going. Yeah.
Higher with the big carry up the middle, enough for the first down. Inside the 10-yard line, down to the 7. 14-yard gain for Higher on the carry.
Well, another great block up front by McPhillips.
Yep.
We've called his name a lot today, blocking up front in that offensive line. He and Eisenmenger handling the situation up front there.
Clock keeps ticking inside 5 minutes. Toss out to Higher again. Higher stacked up from that defensive end spot. Dylan Henricks in there along with Kyle Hawthorne on the stop.
We all talk about form tackles. That young man, 24, just gave you a clinic on how to tackle. Form tackle, head in the right place, arms around, wrapped up, driving him back. Terrific work.
Rolling out goes Clausen into the end zone, wide open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown is Caleb Suits.
Now, Adrian, you were pointing at him as a play started. That was a great play call, great execution by the St. Francis team, who is going to the air. Look at the play action fake right in the middle of the end zone, wide open. How does that happen, Adrian?
Well, I tell you what, it happens because the other team is expecting something down here in front that might be a little bit easier. But Suits, guys, check your numbers on this. I think that's Suits' first reception on the year.
He's not showing up.
I don't show any other reception. Right. His first reception, state title game, a touchdown.
For the 2-point conversion, just out of the hands of Warner. So 42-26, Flyers get on the board. On the touchdown pass to Caleb Suits.
See, everybody's peeling off to the right-hand side. And there you see
the end of that drive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's off the back foot. Clausen getting back in there. He can throw it too. If he needs to, he can. And they're going to need to throw it a few more times to get back in it. But it starts right here. It starts with, do they go to the onside kick? That's what I want to know. I think you do here, Adrian.
You got to.
I think you got to try to get the ball back.
You're far enough behind right now. I've got a little theory that I always follow. That is, if you're at a 10-point lead with 5 minutes or less in the game, usually you got the game won.
Yeah.
So here we are. We've got a 16-point lead with 4 minutes and 11 seconds left. Usually, I mean, this right now it isn't rocket science, but usually you got that 10-point lead. That's kind of the spinner with 5 minutes or less left. That's usually the indicator.
Now, Adrian and Larry, you guys know you can look back at the score sheet. I promise you they have not kicked an onside kick this year unless it was to trick somebody to start a game. They're not behind. The closest contest for either of these guys, we said it earlier, has been 25 points. So the fact that they're even within 16 of each other right now is rare for both teams. They're usually packed up with their freshmen on the field by this time in the game.
So 42-26, Flyers will attempt the onside. Chad Higher in there to attempt. The hands team up front for the Hornets, including Henricks and Clyer. Onside kick on the ground. It's loose. Ball still loose. Had a couple of opportunities, did the Flyers. We'll see who ended up on top of it. And Giltner wound up with the ball. And underneath it all, what number? It's 3. Kyle Hawthorne.
No surprise there.
Here's another look. Great opportunity.
Usually the third bounce. And there it is. 1, 2, and the big bounce is number 3. And you got to be looking for that big hop and be ready to go. But nobody quite had that handled. But
that's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to look at for St. Francis, saying it was right there. Great execution by the kicker.
So 4:10 to go. 16-point advantage. And we'll work the clock now as they give out of the backfield to Ryan Clyer. Clyer with a short gain, maybe 1. Bring up second down.
McPhillips on the year, he's doing pretty well from the defensive end spot. I mean, he actually is the lowest leading tackler on the team, but when he gets in the backfield, he wraps up well. I think they're going to enjoy going against this running offense for Giltner, which they don't use too often. Clyer
and Henricks in the backfield. They'll go up top and complete to Hastings.
That play has been like Fort Knox for Giltner all day. Hastings, Hastings down a little bit. Not sure what happened there. But he's been good on the flanks with that little 4 or 5 yard setup. Looking back to the quarterback, and then of course over the middle, like we saw right there. That's probably the 5th time he's been over the middle making a grab.
Looks like they're stretching out a cramp down there.
Okay. The hit wasn't all that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
All of a sudden you feel that thing cramp up.
That's cramping motion. Yep. We all been there.
We've seen that once or twice, haven't we?
Water, some pickle juice down there. Is that what it was, Adrian? What was it back in the day? Get that cramp out.
Back in our day, salt water.
You didn't even try to get it out, did he? You just played through it back then.
No, Monty Kiffin just said, "Get up and go." He and McBride rub some dirt on and go play.
Let's go down to the field with John Bishop. John.
Hey, you know, guys, Dylan Gardner's been handling all of the center snaps here this afternoon for Giltner, and that's a little bit different for these guys. They actually rotate 3 guys at center. Gardner, Justin Joyce, and Ben Henricks all rotate at center. They get 5 minutes of snap practice every single day. Now, of course, with the score being, quote-unquote, down for Giltner and this being a relatively tight game, he's been out there the entire game. But usually when it's out of hand, they'll rotate those other 2 guys in there. But it's been a long day for the big man in the middle.
Give to Clyer. Clyer stopped after another short game, but that will keep the clock moving. The stop by Oltmer.
Absolutely, Larry. 2 things right for Clyer there. Kept it in bounds, kept the clock going, and he hung on the ball.
That's what
and not give up the football.
St. Francis, they're going to be trying to rip it out the rest of the game. They have to get something going. They're going to be going for the ball with their head, their hat, their hands, everything they can do to get the ball out this late in the game. It's a need for Humphrey St. Francis if there's a chance or a prayer in the 4th quarter.
Gain of 2 on the last play, 2nd down and 8. Clyer in the backfield. Flag on the play, delay of game, too much time called on the Hornets.
Delay of game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That no huddle spread offense, they're probably not used to letting the clock tick down, never even look at the play clock back at home for Giltner. So this is a different situation for both teams. Now, Adrian, we talked earlier about fatigue, and there's 2 different types of fatigue. Right now, Humphrey St. Francis, they've been chasing around Giltner's their receivers. And right now, Giltner, they've been dealing with the battles, the tough, the pounding of this Humphrey St. Francis offense. So they're both tired late in the game.
Rob back, toss, wide open out. Oh, they'll say out of bounds, incomplete to Henricks along the far sideline. Must have come down with a toe on that stripe. Just one more look. Yep.
Yeah, both of them.
A little help from the Flyer sideline there. He's had a nice day, Ben Henricks. I heard John Bishop say he's one of those 3 guys in the rotation as a center. Given what he's done today, been very involved in the offensive game plan.
That was almost it.
Yep.
Great play to come up. Chad Heyer, he has 2 picks on the year so far, number 7 for St. Francis. Look at him close down on this one quick, a little bit thrown behind. Good job by Hawthorne there to prevent an interception, which would change this game.
It's the kind of coverage you need to have on receivers and the throwing game that Giltner has. We just haven't seen enough of that today. A little tighter, a little more pressure. Might have been a little bit different story.
So Finley will kick it away. Zock is back there to take it. Sam Zock with the ball. Zock is pulled down at about the 12-yard line. Pulled down by Henricks. Ben Henricks again down there.
Well, Humphrey St. Francis, they get the stop they needed to keep some hope alive. They got a long field to go here, Adrian.
Mm-hmm. Well, 155 and
68 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, it's good luck.
Right. Well, hey, folks, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email. Let us know what you think about our coverage of the NSAA high school football and volleyball championships. If you value your statewide NET television, let us know, and also let our sponsors know by writing to sports@netnebraska.org. We certainly thank you for watching the NSAA football championships. Going downfield deep, wide open was Werner, just got turned around. Werner had 2 or 3 steps on the defenders.
There's Clausen.
That could have changed things, huh?
Pump fake right there, and again, yeah, it could have. Right? You know, we're talking about 2 scores,
right?
But 2 scores and 2 double extra point. But you know, if they've run a passing offense all year, at least some semblance, maybe they make that play. It's really tough, as we talked about earlier, to kind of scare it up here right at the end.
So inside 145, looking for the screen, under pressure. Out to Higher, and Higher will be drugged down by Clyer.
That's one you might want to just bat down, hit to the ground. And you can tell there's a lot of players for St. Francis that are coming back to the huddle slowly. They're a little bit down. You know, Werner on the long play there. There's nothing to be down about. This team has had a tremendous year. They're led by a strong senior class. And as the time ticks down, they might get a couple plays here and there. Look, Coach Kessler with the timeout. But, guys, keep the head high.
Well, you mentioned it, Blake. You know, this is a team in 8-man football, really rare to have this many seniors. They have 9 seniors who contribute. That's really about a third of your football team, and rare for a school that has, what, an enrollment of about 50?
Yeah, that's
you know, enrollment of 54?
56.
Yep.
That's St. Francis.
So 9 seniors on this football team who have stuck together and contributed for 4 years.
They travel well. They got the stands packed. Both teams came out very excited. There's a lot to be proud of for both teams, just the journey here. You talk about Giltner. This senior class has only lost 4 games in 4 years. They've had 3 undefeated seasons, regular seasons, leading into the playoffs for Giltner. Both of them can look back on the legacy they're leaving at the school. And today's the end for one, but also the beginning of a new one for both teams.
Well, and the other thing about it is, like, we do enough games over the years that we see a lot of bios, and without doubt, a lot of the bios they'll ask, what's your favorite experience in terms of high school athletics? They will say playing right here at Memorial Stadium. This is an extra special treat for these kids, and hope it never ends.
Clausen in there, quarterback still. And we're going to have offsides. I don't know if they'll call movement on the offensive line or nope. It will be
dead ball, encroachment on the deep end, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
It's a difference in high school. When that happens, they call it immediately. You really don't get a chance to recover. You come back. You'll see that in college ball sometimes and pro ball, but high school ball is a little different.
So 3rd down and 10. Clausen looks downfield and overthrows the intended receiver. Weezer was out there. And with 1:08 left, that will bring up 4th down and 10 now for the Flyers.
This is the part of the game where you start to see some of the seniors get on the field, kind of soak it all in, make sure that everyone gets a chance to touch the turf at Memorial Stadium and enjoy the experience. Giltner is a high-powered offense, talent all around, great coaching, and same for St. Francis.
Higher in the backfield on 4th down and 10. They'll go to the trick play. Suits looking downfield. Suits dumps it off and stopped just short is Warner. Jake Warner, well, they gave him forward progress. That's very close.
Very close.
A good spot, and it might be enough for the 1st down. They will call timeout and measure.
Boy.
Never say die.
Right.
Looking. Nothing over there.
That might be Suits. There you go. There you go. Late 1st down.
I love it.
They fight. They fight hard. And you talked about those seniors, and these guys are ready to talk about this game forever and hopefully get one more big play, something to get their blood boiling. There you go. Timeout, St. Francis.
So 42-26. And there's a timeout called by Coach Kessler. This team was state champs back in 2009. They were runner-ups in 2008. So their third state championship appearance in the last 5 years. And Nate Clausen, who's the quarterback, had two brothers who quarterbacked on two of those previous teams. Derek was the starter back in 2008. Trent, starter back in 2009, and here's Nate, the starting quarterback of the 2012 team that makes it here.
And brother Trent, one of those teams that won state championship. So
there's a few legacies on the field. We talked about Jake Finley all day, but you know, their 1984 state championship team, guess who the quarterback was?
His dad.
It was Sir Finley.
That's right. Rolling to the right, looking across the field. Caught at about the 35. Now past midfield goes Jake Warner.
Kessler's calling for a spike here. They haven't seen much of that. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of new things, and it's tough in the state championship game when you got two big programs undefeated. Not many challenges, so you don't face these situations.
21-yard gain on that last play. They'll snap it and clock the ball. So 37 seconds to go, and Clausen heads over to talk to Coach Kessler.
You know, conceivably, it could happen, but realistically, I don't think so. But
right.
You know, if they get a long, quick score right away, get the two, and come back and onside. But
there's a big but.
Look at this formation. I'm not sure.
Clausen under pressure. He will roll to his left. Fires out near the sideline. Caught by Suits. Suits pushed out of bounds at the 26. Now 28 seconds to go.
Suits is one of those seniors. He's getting in the game. He's making the most of it. He's already got a pass completion on this drive. He also has a reception there, getting out of bounds. Smart play. Playing to the whistle.
I believe that's his second catch today, second catch of the season. One of those went for the TD.
First and 10 from the 26. Clausen back to throw again, looking downfield across the middle, and caught by Jake Warner. And a quick timeout called by Eric Kessler. I believe that's their final timeout. Yep, final timeout taken by the Flyers and Eric Kessler.
Hey, Adrian, I'm going to bring up something from the first half. Look at the first of all, look at the crowd. They came out to play today, but you know, go to that first half. How many seconds were left in the half when they threw a touchdown pass, when Giltner got that extra touchdown? I mean, that was it. That's the difference right now between this being a game tying drive versus we're down by 16 points. So that is a huge play looking back on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, if you'd like to get a DVD, you can order it on our website at netnebraska.org/sports, or you can give us a call at 800-868-1868, a DVD of any of our NSAA football or volleyball championships. Just log on or give us a call to pick up your copy. Second down and 4, ball on the 20. Clausen looking into the end zone, goes deep for Weeze, just over his head. The Weezer was there, but just a little bit too high.
And so was Kyle Hawthorne.
Right, and two other defenders, right?
I believe so. I think Dylan Hendricks was there, but Hawthorne got his hands on the ball, trying to pull one in, even though this game's well gone, and 13 seconds are left. But Hawthorne going right to the buzzer too.
They were talking about that play in the first half. There was 3 seconds left in the half. One stop by St. Francis to stop Giltner for a touchdown. That's a big difference here.
Big difference, you betcha.
Under pressure, and loses the ball and sacked. And the clock ticks down, and that's how it will. Oh, 1 second they stopped it. Nope, they ran it out. Run the clock back up. And zeros on the clock, and that'll do it. So the Giltner Hornets, for the first time since 1984, have won a state championship, knocking off St. Francis 42-26. And what a performance by that young man, Jake Finley. Finley, 35 of 52 for 396 yards. He comes up just 31 yards shy of the D2 record, which is held by by the former Giltner Hornet, Nate Most. So that does it in D2. We'll be back for trophy and medal presentations here at Memorial Stadium. The Hornets knock off the Flyers for the D2 title.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
I know he's not talking yet, but I know what he wants.
Do you think she should be walking by now?
Oh, he'll grow out of it, won't he?
Delays in development can be tricky to spot, especially when you are so close to the ones you love. If you have concerns or just have questions about your child's development, the Early Development Network is here to help. The sooner you call, the sooner you can make a difference for your child. Call your local district or toll free for a free evaluation.
My senior year in high school, I was wrestling and sustained a concussion.
It was really hard on all of us as a family. It doesn't have to be a major blow to the head to cause damage.
From deciding to sit out, I really believe that I recovered almost completely. It was a hard decision to sit out, but my doctor told me I would have brain damage later on if I risked wrestling. A high school sport wasn't worth risking brain damage to me.
NET Sports coverage of the 2012 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. By Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. And by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, reminding you that a concussion is a brain injury. For information, go to dhhs.ne.gov/concussions. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, along with Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, John Bishop on the field. I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us. D2 final is in the books. Giltner Hornets 42-26 over the Flyers. And now for the medal and trophy presentations, let's go to our public address announcer. Here's Doc Weiniger.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Directors Alan Gary from Medicine Valley, Mark Norvell from Fillmore Central, NSAA Executive Director Rhonda Blanford Green, and U.S. Bank representatives Jennifer Ashby and Gretchen Cruz. Here are the awards for Class D2 runner-up Humphrey St. Francis. Will head coach Eric Kessler and your assistants please present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 2, Jake Arlt. Number 3, Austin Clausen. Number 4, J.J. Altmer. Number 5, Damian Baumgard. Number 7, Chad Heyer. Number 8, Dylan Poppy. Number 9, Caleb Suits. Number 10, Jesse Eicher. Number 11, Kyle Wemha. Number 12, Nathan Clausen. Number 13, Pete Zock. Number 14, Sam Zock. Number 15, Brandon Widener. Number 16, Nick Tellinghusen. Number 20, Chase Wemha. Number 21, Casey Wagner. Number 24, Corey Hasenstadt. Number 30, Corbin Eisenmenger. Number 33, John Cord. Number 38, Tristan Foltz. Number 43, Michael McPhillips. Number 44, Connor Eisenmenger. Number 45, John Weiser. Number 77, Tim Noonan. Number 81, James Brockhouse. Number 84, Tanner Krings. Number 86, Noah McPhillips. Number 87, Jake Werner. And now, here's the 2012 Class D2 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Humphrey St. Francis High School.
So congratulations on an outstanding season to Humphrey St. Francis. The Flyers finished the season at 12-1 and a trip to Memorial Stadium, which is one of those moments, Blake, you'll never forget.
That's right. This senior class, like you said, there's 9 strong. And they're walking up this field together. I think they're going to give a lot of congratulations to Giltner, who played a great game. But Humphrey St. Francis, Eric Kessler, coach, you did a great job. And you know what? There's a lot of good things to look forward to. They could be back here next year with that running back, J.J. Altmer, leading the way.
Just ran into a very hot offensive team in the Giltner Hornets, who finished the season at 13-0 and win the school's first state championship since 1984. For the trophy and medal presentations, let's go to Doc Weininger.
And now to the champions from Giltner High School. First, head coach Jeff Ashby, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Zach Lyon. Number 2, Christian Lichty. Number 3, Kyle Hawthorne. Number 5, Carter Obermeyer. Number 6, Justin Joyce. Number 8, Jacob Finley. Number 10, Jared Hastings. Number 11, Dylan B. Number 12, Trevor Phillips. Number 13, Benjamin Hendricks. Number 21, Gage Myers. Number 22, Nicholas Preisler. Number 23, Trevor Cates. Number 24, Dylan Hendricks. Number 30, Ryan Clyer. Number 33, Garrett Poppin. Number 41, Tobias May. Number 42, Colt Stidham. Number 44, Cole Eastman. Number 50, Gavin Eberhard. Number 55, Grady Gridzinski. Number 72, Corey Holick. Number 76, Dylan Gartner. Number 80, Dustin Weisenan. Number 87, Dustin Hastings. Number 99, Austin Edwards. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2012 Class D2 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Giltner High School.
Congratulations to the Hornets. They are state champs in Class D2. It's an offense that was impressive here today and every bit as impressive throughout the season. They put up 90 points on 2 different occasions, including once in the playoffs, setting a playoff record. They end setting 17 different state records. It was just a very prolific offense that we saw today.
Yeah, you can look at the senior quarterback, Jake Finley. You know, good for him. Good for him to come out and say, hey, Dad, you know that 1984 state championship trophy?
Right.
Is it as big as this one? No, not for a while. I think this is going to be celebrated in the Finley household and every household for the Giltner Hornets. Coach Jeff Ashby got them ready to play today. And like I said, the weather turned out to be the perfect thing for Giltner. And, man, 450 total yards on a team, St. Francis, that had been averaging, holding opponents to 160 yards in the year. So they came out and outperformed one of the best teams in the state. And Humphrey St. Francis, congratulations to Giltner on the state championship.
You mentioned it's a team that has only suffered 4 losses in its 4 years. They've had, in those 4 years, 3 undefeated regular seasons. This would be one of those. Prior to that, they had only 3 in the previous 40 years of the school. So what a great job Jeff Ashby has done in just his 6th season at the Giltner Hornets. And it's an offense that, you know, people might be peeking around and taking a look at given the success. Let's go down to John Bishop on the field. John.
Coach, congratulations. All the patience that paid off, the change of offenses a few years ago, it all come together today.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to get this win under our belt and get a state championship for these guys. They've worked harder for so long, and for 4 years, you know, it's finally paid off.
Did you think 42 points was going to be enough to win it today?
I thought maybe it would be. You know, that's a great offensive football team we played. They were hard to stop. So, you know, to hold them to 8 points in the first half was a great job. And then they kind of got to us with some screens and things like that in the second half to slow us down on defense and quit blitzing. But we finished out and got the job done.
How much concern did you guys have about the physical nature of this game and the fact that they were a little bit bigger than you? Was that ever a concern for you?
Oh, that was a big concern of us. We knew Jake could deliver the ball to our receivers and everything like that. We just didn't know if we could protect him long enough because they were, they get after it up front, and you can't give our offensive line enough credit. They did a tremendous job today. He had all day to throw the football, and then he got to take off and run and things, so it just all came together, and that offensive line did a fantastic job.
No sacks at all this year, right?
No, we've had a few, but
okay,
we've had a few.
So there have been a few mistakes.
But the guys give him a hard time that he never has a dirty uniform. So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
And Jake, you finished the year with a state record in so many different categories. What's this feel for you?
It's amazing. I got to owe it to my receivers, though. We just do a lot of screens, and I'm doing a lot of check down passes, and they usually run for 50 yards. So I got to owe it to my offensive line and my receivers.
You and your dad are the only guys who have played as a state champion. Your dad won it back in '84, and now you get to take the honors this year.
It's been a lot of fun. My dad's been keeping it on the down low, keeping the pressure off me, but I'm sure we'll talk about it a lot later on.
What about the records and the protection that you've been getting all year, and no interceptions through all of that?
Oh, our offensive line has done a great job. It's my job to keep the ball in our hands, so it's my goal just to limit the turnover, so that's what I tried to do this year.
How much did that passing academy help the camps that you took out down in Arkansas?
It's huge. In Arkansas, it was just much faster, and it just kind of opened the view up for me, and it was just a great experience for me to take.
Well, congratulations to you and your whole team, and great honor.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks very much, John. Congratulations once again to Giltner, the state champs. I want to remind everybody, coming up the Class D1 state championship, not too far away, later this afternoon, Elgin Public, Elgin Pope John takes on Exeter Milligan, the Wolfpack, and the Timberwolves will do battle. You can catch it right here on NET1 and NET-HD. Once again, a terrific state championship for the Giltner Hornets, and that offense was as advertised.
Yeah, that's right. Giltner, as it came out, and they showed all year that they can put up points on the board, put up yards. They're consistent. No turnovers for that offense today. Came out and played a perfect state championship game to kick off a long week of state championship games here at Memorial Stadium. But Giltner is the first one to raise the trophy, and they should be proud. They worked their tails off this year, and they did very well today.
Well, once again, the final 42-26, the Hornets over the Flyers. Be with us this afternoon for our Class D1 state championship as Elgin Public Pope John takes on Exeter Milligan. And now for Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, John Bishop, and the entire NET Sports production crew, I'm Larry Putney. Goodbye from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln.
Hello, I'm Jeff Beckman here with Jenny Herstein, and we're excited to tell you about an outstanding Sports Partners Club membership offer available now during the NSAA High School Championships.
That's right, Jeff. Call 800-989-8236 and make your gift of $120. You'll receive these thank you gifts: a DVD of Coach Osborne's More Than Winning, and this beautiful poster of Memorial Stadium taken during Tom Osborne's 250th victory. Coach Osborne autographed a limited number of posters for NET supporters. This package would make a great holiday gift for that special Husker fan.
NSAA High School Championships on NET symbolize everything that's great about Nebraska. We see youth, hometown spirit, and clean, wholesome athletic competition at its very best. But in order for it to continue, we need your help.
Contributions from NET sports fans across the state help us deliver more than 200 hours of sports action each year into your home. So make your call of support right now. 800-989-8236.
Your gift to NET will give you the satisfaction of knowing that your financial support makes sports possible on NET. And you can receive this wonderful gift package for $120. A package that includes a DVD of Coach Osborne, More Than Winning, and a signed print of Memorial Stadium. Coach Osborne's signed memorabilia will become even more valuable when he retires, so secure your poster right now.
We appreciate your generosity, and we hope you'll continue to enjoy high school sports action on NET for many years to come. Thank you.